Should we three-way kiss right now?
I mean,
All right.
oh, we're not doing open mouth.
Bro, that's a lot of tongue, bro. What the fuck?
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast.
Sappenin! You are listening to episode 349 of Sappenin Podcast, brought to you by Emo's Not Dead, featuring myself, Sean Smith, and my good friend, Morgan Richards.
Yes, it's me, Morgan Richards, and as long as I've listened to a small band called Blink-182, I've always been found and couldn't wait for the summer and the Warped Tour. Now I can say I've experienced both of those things in one weekend, where we screamed, we shout, and saw some good girls go bad, weirdly.
That sounds weird, but we had a great time at Warped Tour, Long Beach 2025, courtesy of our friends at Emo's Not Dead, suggesting that we came out. So we went out, and we got incredible access to all of our favourite bands, and Justin Festival itself. It was a fantastic time, and yeah, we made some new contacts, we made some new connections, we had a lovely time, and we also got to experience the belting LA sun as we visited Long Beach.
We've got tans. You can't see it, but we definitely do. Seriously, I've dreamt my whole life about what it would be like to travel to the States and experience the Vans Warped Tour. It's become such an iconic staple of our scene, helped shape generations of bands' outlook on life, and even cross over into mainstream pop culture for its impact and for place in time. After going away for a few years, creator Kevin Lyman has brought it back for selected dates instead of its famous constant touring machine to celebrate its 30th anniversary, and we were very lucky enough to be flown over by our friends at Emo's Not Dead to be part of their crew and spend the long weekend in Los Angeles recording this super festival podcast documenting the most pop-punk weekend that has ever existed. California sunshine, checkered emo vibes, and endless pinch-me moments from two fanboy idiots from the darkest parts of Wales. But a fun fact before we go into it, 30th anniversary tie-ins pretty well with something we discovered about Sean's previous Warped experience.
Yes, so it turns out Warped Tour had all the posters from all the previous Warped Tours up and around the festival, and I found the one that the Blackout did in 2009. There was the 15th anniversary celebration of Warped Tour, and this year's was the 30th anniversary of Warped Tour. So technically, every 15 years, I end up at Warped Tour. So look out, Warped Tour 45, where I will be 56.
Ooh.
So can't wait for that. Still dressing like I'm 23, but I'll be double the age. Well, more than double the age. But yes, we had a fucking wonderful time. Thanks again to Emo's Not Dead. I know we've mentioned them several times, or we will mention them again. But we couldn't have done this without them and them sorting things for us. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it was just a giant mates fest. Meeting all the rest of the E.N.D team is beautiful, but we just bumped into so many old friends and familiar faces. Got a big hug from Jarrett from Bowling for Soup. That meant a lot to us. We had a surprise hello from Vic of Pierce the Veil, who turned up to do a surprise acoustic set for his foundation. Goldfinger were the nicest bunch to us. We had a massive shout out to Moon because he introduced us to a magician called Vinny, who got Sean pretty scared because he's doing things that doesn't make sense. And we filmed it, and I've looked back at the footage several times, and it still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, magic. It's fucking terrifying. Also, I want to give a shout out to Aaron and my new favourite band, the Barbarians of California, because they were fucking absolutely awesome. And at one point, me and Morgan, we were lucky enough that we got to walk around the festival before they let general public in. And so, yeah, we were at Barbarians of California's merch desk, and then all of a sudden I heard a sound come from around the corner on a stage, and I was like, wait, that sounds a bit like Barbarians of California. And then I walk around, and it was me, Morgan, and an older lady just watching Barbarians of California soundcheck, and she was dancing, and then Aaron was so kind that he made his way off the stage to come and say hello to us and then take us backstage. So what a fucking band. Check out the Barbarians of California. Also check out AWOL Nation, obviously, Aaron's other band. But yeah, we had an absolutely wonderful time. It was a delight.
Yeah, one of my favorite things was there's a lot of American bands would stop, look at us and go, what are you guys doing here? You're not from these parts. What are you doing here? But it was good. And we, throughout this, were very lucky enough to sit down with 8 different guests to capture that warped energy, reflect on its history and what it means to bands today. So throughout this episode, you're going to hear conversations with Andy Biersack of Black Veil Brides, woo! Cobra Starship, super famous human Gabe Saporta. We've got checking back in with Taylor Acorn and Charlotte Sands. Silverstein Shane Told gives us the history of them being the 3rd most played band at Warped Tour. Lolo gives us some insane sentences in her chat, and we get to meet Nothing Nowhere for the first time before ending things with a lovely debrief from the king of emos not dead himself, Mr. Matt Cutshall, who invaded 2 stages throughout the weekend.
He was like the me of over there. Because I will get up with any band who even looks at me funny. Look at me funny, you. Right there, I'm going to sing with the band. Fucking here I come. And by sing, I mean on the loosest possible sense for anybody who's ever checked out my band. But yes, it was a wonderful time.
Well, let's get into it and hear it. If you'd like any more behind-the-scenes content or help us facilitate more of these wild trips for your listening pleasure, please go and check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Sappenin. Over there's a huge community of people to get involved with and be a new best friends. And if you're looking for some new emo wear to decorate yourself in the sunshine, go to emosnotdead.com, enter the promo code Sappenin20 and you get 20% off all merch items online. So if you missed the chance to go to the E.N.D stall and see a hearse and see Sean even behind the desk at one point, you can make up for it with that lovely discount code.
Yes, I did feel like I had to help pay my way by trying to sell some stuff, but and turns out I'm not a very good salesman. I'll leave that to my brother, but yes, here we go. Episode 349 of Sappenin Podcast, Warped Tour Long Beach 2025 special. Sappenin!
Sappenin!
Oh, lovely stuff.
Sappenin bros.
Yeah!
Joining us at Warped Tour, Long Beach in the United States of America. How have we been allowed in? That's not for us to discuss. Joining us right now is the beautiful Gabe Saporta.
How are you? Great to see you guys. Thanks for having me. But why are we not discussing that? That's seems like we should start right there.
Well, I mean,
I spent 2 weeks in fear that I wasn't going to get into the country.
Yeah,
he's literally not let himself get excited about this whole trip.
I didn't think it was happening. Yeah.
So how did it happen?
It was absolutely fine when I got in. I got to immigration, and basically the news in the UK is they're stopping people at the border, checking phones for anything you might have said about the current administration, and then sending you home if you have. So I've spent 2 weeks shitting myself and deleting everything I could find on Twitter.
Did they check your phones?
Oh, no.
Not at all, right?
Fuck. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But,
Can you imagine if they checked everyone's phones and nothing would happen?
No.
No one would. It takes a long time already as it is.
Yeah.
Bro.
It took us an hour and 45 minutes.
Were they checking anybody's phones?
I don't know. I didn't see anyone, but I was just there at the front going, oh no, don't look at my phone.
So you got sorted?
Yeah.
We're in. We're in. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Very good. It's Warped Tour vibes. This is my first time checking it all out. How does it feel for you, getting to here again and seeing how Warped has changed and celebrating this anniversary?
I just got here. I'm not really sure of how it's changed, but it looks sick. I mean, there's a beautiful pond there with some ducks. I don't remember there ever being a pond. Yeah, this is gorgeous. I'm just gonna hang out there in a little bit, just bring some bread, feed the ducks for a little while.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing more warped to it than feeding ducks. I guess.
Ducks, baby. You know?
Thank you, Kevin.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought the ducks into you, Kev. Thanks.
Is there any in preparation for this, the memories from like earlier Warp Tours and stuff back in the day that have been rushing back?
Yeah, I mean, I just remember like the early mornings, not knowing if you're playing early or late or what's going on. But it's like summer camp. Warp Tour is like summer camp for outcasts and rejects. It's really sick.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah,
we are.
It feels it. It
We are
feels
the
it.
outcasts and rejects, but somehow here. So again, unbelievable.
Well, last time we had you on the podcast, Gabe, obviously Midtown were doing a lot of stuff, and we talked about like, oh, could Starship do something in the future? And you're like, well, there's been no talks, there's been no offers. Since then, there's been quite a lot of activity. You guys have done quite a bit.
We've done a decent amount. We did 4 shows, and 4 shows in a year. I don't know how much that is. People are like, you guys are back. I'm like, are we back? I'm like, I don't know. Do you consider that back? I mean,
we did 2 weekends.
we just like, we woke up from our death slumber for like a couple of shows. Then we went back to sleep and like, then we came out for Warped Tour. I think that's pretty cool. Like, I think that's a good way to operate. Like, I'm not trying to do it full on. I'll come out like a couple times a year for cool stuff that means something.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I think that's the exciting thing for fans, is people know that, like, when festivals or anything gets announced, you could do a Midtown set or you could do a Cobra Starship set. Like,
Right. That's the fun thing. Like, I could do, 1 year Midtown, 1 year Cobras. That is cool. This year was supposed to be Midtown, to be honest.
Yeah.
But then we got the Cobra thing got too exciting and a lot of people wanted us to play. So, I'm trying to do both. Like, my goal with Midtown is to do like a once a year hometown show. Because Midtown was like my high school band, so it's like all my high school friends. Like, that's really feels like high school reunion. I'm saying the Warped Tour's high school reunion in a way, which it is, because a lot of people that are here are people that I grew up with when I was like a kid. But yeah, I want to be able to do both like a couple times a year. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be very
I don't know how much longer I can do it for. At some point, my body's going to break down. But, for as long as my body doesn't break, I'll keep going.
You're in good shape. You look after yourself.
I'm decent. I just rejoined a gym. I just rejoined a gym that I felt like, oh, man, I got to be on stage in front of 80,000 people. I better get into shape. So I rejoined a gym. I was making excuses for a long time why not to be at the gym. And I said, no more excuses. Just do it. And I just did it. Yeah.
Nice. Has there been any other preparation for this other than lifting weights and running?
Just tons of push-ups, yeah. Push-ups, weights, yeah. Vocal rest, vocal warm-ups, like, all the annoying shit. All the reason was why I quit in the first place. I don't want to do vocal warm-ups. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Spend my days doing vocal warm-ups. It's so lame.
Just want to rock.
Well, you spent over the last 2 decades looking after our ears.
So much vocal warm-ups at Las Vegas. Geez.
We spent a lot of time over the years looking after our ears and making music to kind of go alongside that. But now you're turning your attention to skincare.
Right. Well, it's one of the many things. One thing you got to understand about me is I'm kind of like a crazy dude, right? So I'm like kind of like a mad scientist guy with a lot of ideas in my head. And once in a while, I'm just like, oh, I should do this idea that I've been ruminating over for the past 20 years. So that's kind of what happened with Protégé. I mean, I've literally had the website protege.com for, I think, almost 20 years, if not 20 years. I got to look it up. And I'm just like, I got to do something with this. What am I going to do with it? And slowly, little by little, like, pieces come together, and you're just like, it's the right time. It really came from an evolution of after I stopped doing Cobras, I got into working with artists behind the scenes. I started a record company. You get involved with like merchandise and selling records and like D2C, and like you figure out all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, what else? You're selling people stuff. People like, you can't make money streaming, so you got to sell like t-shirts and albums and like try to help artists make a living. And I'm like, what else can we do? And then that kind of idea of like, I'll tell you where the idea came from. I have a friend. His name is Dan. Let's call him Pan.
We've got a friend who I've named, code name Pan.
Yeah, and he was like, well, you guys we all have this one friend who's like the coolest dude, best looking, is like always at like the coolest nightclubs, like knows the right people, is in the coolest band. Maybe he's like the most successful, but like the coolest, right? Anyway, this dude one day, he posts a picture of himself online and his lips were like super chapped. So all our friends just start dogging him, like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, just walk out of Chernobyl? Like, what's going on? You never heard of chapstick? And his response was like, bro, chapstick, creams, all that shit, fuck that. That's so lame.
I like, what?
And I'm like,
Yeah. Look at your
but
lips, bro.
honestly, I get that. A lot of dudes think that like, wow, like putting stuff on your face is lame. And they're actually not wrong. There's something really lame about it. And I guess that what's kind of lame about it is like having to put something on your face is coming to terms with the fact that you are on this irreversible march towards death, right? Today is literally the youngest you'll ever be. And you're just getting older and shit is going to keep breaking down and you're going to keep getting uglier. And if you don't actually just like do something, like you don't got to do a lot. You know, I'm not telling people, hey, become a professional in skincare, become a doctor in skincare, become your own dermatologist. No, don't become a pro. Become a bro. Here's protege. And that's my pitch. You know, I want to educate people with humor. And just, if you're only going to do a little bit, I want to be that solution for the one thing you could do. The thing that can do that will just take the smallest amount of time and will help you the most amount. And that's what protege is for.
Nice.
What do you feel like the feedback's being like so far with it?
It's been great because I think, you know, I approach protege the same way I kind of approach Cobras, with just the humor, that kind of the taking the piss a little bit. I really just try to get into people's attention aura by just like making them laugh or taking the piss or like being a little controversial. But then like I really just try to follow that up with like really high quality stuff. Like with Cobras, like we kind of like would laugh and take the piss out of everything, but we spent a lot of time making the music as great as we thought it could be.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing I approach protege with. Like we have a really kind of self-deprecating tone to the branding and marketing, but we think the product's really great and people love the product. They're surprised. I see somebody comes like, ha, I bought Gabe's stupid skincare line, but wow, it's really freaking good. This is the best product I've ever used. So I love that. I love seeing that. So, you know, little by little, I think we're getting a community of people. And again, for me, it's like with everything, it's like, I don't want to just make it about the product. I want to build community. Like with music, I didn't want to just have like songs. I want to be about like the community built around it. And yeah, awesome. I think protecting yourself against the forces of aging is the best community I can gather around right now today.
Well, if you need two idiots from the
Horrible
UK
models who look like this now, who might look better after using protege.
Yeah, well, I learned so much by doing this. One thing I learned, like sunscreen is actually considered a drug. Did you know that? It's an over-the-counter drug. It's like medication. So I had to like it's been very complicated. It took a lot. Dude, I've been working on protege, like besides owning protege.com, I've been working on this concept of the protege skincare line for at least 5 years, if not more.
Wow.
And I had to like get all these FDA approvals and like find the right factories that could do this stuff. Like anyway, so yeah. The point is, I can't send it to you fucks overseas because
yeah, that's true. Shit. We can only get over here. We have to
you can smuggle some back, bro. But then I don't know. You really have problems at customs.
Yeah, that's true. I don't need them. Yeah, I don't want that at all.
You don't need to jump in like, where'd you get this protege?
It removes my orange tone when I'm using it. Oh, sorry, Don.
I wish I could do a good Chump impersonation, but I can't.
A lot of people are saying.
A lot of people say this is the worst. Everybody knows it's the worst product. Wow.
My skin's never looked so good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's really good. Would Chump be a protege fan or would he hate protege? That's really the question.
Well, I was going to say, you've been asking a lot of people what bro means to them.
Yeah.
So what does bro mean to you and what do you think bro means to Trump?
Wow, that's a great question. Yeah, bro is really just like a state of mind. It's like, you know, kind of, you have to like be a part of the world, but you don't want to engage with it too much, you know? Like just like the minimal required to just like get by, and then the rest of the time spend it on the things that you like. Yeah. So that's really what to me bro is.
Lovely.
Nice. We love it.
Lovely.
Love it.
Yeah.
So,
who knows what it means to Trump?
Yeah, I don't think Trump is down with the bro mentality.
I don't think he's
so
got a
much.
bro.
He like gets involved in a lot of bullshit.
I don't think
like,
he's got a
bro
friend.
is like staying away from the bullshit.
Yeah.
well, I never thought we'd get to this part of it, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Just before we let you go, obviously, as you said, like really busy, and like Midtown and Starship are going to be like available if things work out in the future, right? But is there being any talks of like new music within that?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think anybody wants new music from either of those bands. People want the hits. You know, I talked to Mikey from Mike M too. I'm like, because I kind of asked him, he's like, no, people don't want new music. They want the legacy stuff. And I think that's true. And I think it's like, it's kind of not I'd rather just keep a great legacy. Like, why make new music? Like, there's so much old music out there that people are discovering. Like, if you think about it, between Midtown and Cobras, I've released 7 albums. That's a lot of music. Like, it's going to take you a while to go through all that catalog. You don't want new shit, you know? And maybe that's a little like pessimistic, but
No.
I also really believe that artists should like pass the baton, and like staying too long is actually not a good look. And to me, it's like, I love seeing new artists come up, and I want to make sure there's room for new voices. So I don't need to be crowding up playlists with my new music.
Oh, nice. But if there was a demand, so if there was a petition now that got 1 million signatures saying they want a new Midtown or
They
Cobra
want a
Starship,
million signatures. They want new
Would you-
Midtown and Cobra Starship song.
Yeah.
We'd have to like have a sit down. Maybe we'll have a town hall about it, you know? Maybe we'll write a song by committee. We'll all sit down and be like, well, okay, 1 million people want to hear a song. What the fuck do you want the song to be about?
Wow.
All right, why don't you tell me? What should
a
the
lot of
song be
pressure.
about? You got some good ideas? Yeah, don't be all problems and no solutions. That's what I don't like.
Well, we're starting a petition now, straight away. We'll go in there,
Yeah,
go in
I
the
just
crowd.
I want some solutions. I'm very solution oriented. I'm not just one of these people who just likes to talk for no reason, not get anywhere. Just talk in circles and circles.
yeah.
Well, we appreciate it when you talk in circles with us, man. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me,
Lovely
guys.
to see you, and
Love
hopefully
it.
we'll get to catch you very soon.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
Cheers, man.
thank
See
Thank
you
you.
guys. Sappenin.
Sappenin.
Yes! Joining us right now is the wonderful Taylor Acorn. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good.
We're not used to this,
Yep.
especially in July. We'd be used to it, but no. Yes, we're at Warped Tour. How does this feel for you?
Insane. Like, it's honestly so it's so
You said it. You said
full
it.
circle. Full circle. It feels like really full circle. The first time I came to Warped Tour was in 2014 in New Jersey, and then I went to, I think, one of the last ones in Nashville in 2018.
Wow.
And so I honestly didn't ever think that they would bring it back, and the fact that they brought it back and I get to play it this time around is really, really awesome. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm
a good,
nervous.
it's a good vibe around. Like, this is my
Yeah.
first time at a Warped. And
No
like,
way.
Yeah, it's just like a full circle thing for me as well. But just to see like people walking in and having that like excitement for the nostalgia and the new music at the same time, and that must be really cool to be a part of.
It is, yeah. And then there's always like a little bit of like a nerve-wracking feeling around that too, because, you know, a lot of people have grown with a lot of the bands like All Time Low and The Main and the OG Warped Tour bands. And so, you know, I think there were a lot of bands that were getting announced and people were like, we don't even know who this is. But that's the whole purpose of Warped Tour, is getting introduced to new bands that you may have not have listened to beforehand. So I'm just hoping that even if there was somebody who commented, who the fuck is this girl? They at least show up to the set and they leave being like, hey, I really liked her music and her set. So that's all that I care about.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure
Hopefully.
they will.
It's a perfect excuse to win people over. Really,
Yeah,
yes.
for sure, for sure. And that's always a really good plus, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it must be funny sometimes going into situations where you're not 100% sure what you're going to expect, and then coming
Yeah.
out the other end.
But it is scary because, like, what if you come out the other end and they're like, you suck?
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, I doubt you're going to be the only artist that everyone tunes on. Like, whoa! Like they loved everyone except Taylor Acorn. Wow,
Like,
book her again.
especially her.
Yeah, that's great.
I heard some country tones, not pop punk.
Don't know. Yeah,
No, I
emo
won't.
only, please. No.
Emo only. Hey,
But no, I feel like, you know, we've seen, like last time we were in the US, we talked to you as well. I love the fact that you're like a go-to US interview at the moment.
I love
Yes,
this.
please.
I
It's
know, you
it's
guys are
good
my buds.
It's a good ritual. But how have you been? How's things going on behind the scenes? A lot of change. You put out
Yeah.
new music. It seems that like we're taking the first step in this new chapter now.
Yeah, I mean, I signed my very first record deal, which was
Congratulations.
insane. Thank you so much. And I'm still, I think, trying to process all of that. You know, I'd been independent in my career for 9 years. And so, you know, to like not be able to say I'm an independent artist anymore is weird. I'm like, actually, just kidding. I'm with Fearless, but they're so awesome. And the team is incredible. And they've been so supportive and just so all about my music, which is always an amazing feeling, you know, like you don't want to have to try to convince people that you're worth, you know, being signed. And so I feel very at home with them, which is really cool. But things have been good, really crazy. Like we're on a tour right now with summer school. And so that's been really an interesting change of pace because I had been home for 7 months. I saw you guys at Emo's Not Dead, but I had been home for 7 months, and I told you guys what I do when I'm at home. I sit with my cats. I was literally watching Love Island with my cats every night, drinking a little dirty soda situation. I was that was my normal. And so to go from that to now we're rocking. It's been kind of a crazy adjustment. I'm my back hurts a little bit more than usual.
I think
I'm
that's
getting old.
Age. Yeah.
I'm getting old.
It's happening to the best of us.
Yeah. But no, it's been really fun and busy for sure. Lots of new music coming.
What do you think has felt like the major difference between being independent and being signed now?
I think, I'm so used to being the one to just make the decisions, and Fearless is amazing in that way too. They have given me full creative control. They're hey, we trust you in your judgment. You've been doing this for 9 years. Obviously something has worked a little bit. And so, they're very adamant about me knowing that I do have creative control and stuff. And so in that aspect, that hasn't really changed much, but I think it's just having such a big support system. I think a lot of the times, especially when you're an independent artist, it feels a little bit isolating because you're man, I'm I feel
doing
I'm kind of doing everything on my own. And so to have people that are what can I help with? And want to help, I think is the biggest change for me. And really, it is tough because I'm wait, so I can ask you guys for help and it's okay? It's one of those things. So I think that's the biggest thing is I don't have to be so independent anymore, which is
do you feel how am I trying to word this? Because you're technically doing less now, do you feel a bit strange that you're not constantly in control of everything?
I do. I'm wait, I just get to be an artist? What? That's so weird.
Just wake up in the cold put the data. Oh,
yes. I'm I'm not having to make ad mats anymore. I'm not having to make,
free at last.
And there'll be things where I'm please let me help with something. Let me edit videos. Let me do something. And so I think that's the weirdest thing is not just being okay, guys, if you've got it, I'm over here. If you need me, just let me know. I think that's the weirdest part of it. It's just I can't letting go of that control. I'm a Virgo also. If you guys know anything about astrology and Virgos, we are very type A, very much to control, everything. How things go. And so it's been tough that way, but it's been fun and it's been a learning experience for me. And I think for the growth of my career and what I think it could be, I think that it's a cool move. I think.
It feels like the logical next step.
It feels like the logical next step. And I'm so just grateful that I got to do as much as I did. When I met you guys for the first time, I was independent. My band, we were in the UK. I remember we did the stretch where we played Download and Nova Rock and Rock for People and all Greenfield, all of those festivals. And I remember looking at my team being wow, we just did that on our own and didn't have help from anyone. And so it is really cool to look back on those moments and then look at where we are now and be wow, I feel we really earned this.
Yeah. Oh, you have.
And so I'm just so grateful and I'm excited for today.
Yeah.
So excited for today.
It's just really nice to see you have those opportunities now and other people backing you, not just finding the inspiration yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously you've just released Good Night, Good Riddance as well.
Yes.
Is this the kind of vibe we can expect from other things at the moment?
You mean angry?
Yeah. Well, I guess
Yes.
raging.
Raging. No, yes. I don't know what I'm trying to remember when I talked to you guys last and what all I said, but there's definitely a theme of the new music. It feels maybe a little bit more angry in some bits and parts of it. But yeah, no, it's definitely like it feels very like early 2000s, late 90s, like nostalgia pop rock. Like that's definitely
Awesome.
the vibe that we were chasing, and it feels like a band, you know. I always have loved that sound and have wanted to kind of, you know, try to bring it back and make it feel as nostalgic as possible, but still remaining like the fresh new face of it too. So I don't know, I'm really excited for you guys to hear it, but it does
great.
definitely have a theme.
Nice.
Oh, I can't wait, honestly.
Angry.
And well, today I find it really interesting as well because, like, you know, you, someone who's done quite a bit of collaborations and stuff as of late, and you know, it's like you, Charlotte Sands, LØLØ, I feel like are three individuals who are really pioneering like a certain scene right at the moment. How cool is it to kind of see and have those kind of friends come up in the scene at the same time? Because I feel like there's so much to navigate through. It must be nice to like all work together in ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, because I feel for, you know, especially when I first started, I remember we did our very first tour with, it wasn't a tour, but it was like a couple shows with Hot Mulligan. And I remember how I felt. I didn't know a single person. I felt like a fish out of water. And so, especially being a female in music, it's like you kind of feel a little bit outnumbered in a way. And so to have people like Charlotte and to have people like LØLØ, and we're all coming up in Arrows and you know, Magnolia Park, like to have that camaraderie, it feels really nice because you have people in a huge crowd that you can be like, oh, I know them and I can go to them and I can trust them with, you know, being able to be there for you. So I think having that is really important. And I think that's what's so cool about this new wave of the scene coming up is that like, we've all really made it a point, even Honey Revenge and stuff, like we've all made it a point to be really connected. And honestly, I feel like a lot of that has to do with social media. You know, you're able to build such strong relationships with other people online, and then you see them in person and you're like, oh my God, I feel like I've known you forever. So for me, it is really important to have people like that you can lean on. And like right now I'm sharing a bus with Charlotte, and that's been awesome. It's like I'm literally having a sleepover with my best friend every night for a month. Like what's better than that? There's nothing. So it feels really, really cool. And also just to have like more women in the scene, you know, getting the recognition that they deserve. Like I think that Charlotte is so undeniably talented and incredible. And same with LØLØ. Like they're both just such cool people and incredible talent. And so to see them getting their flowers is really awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I love that because my band did Warped Tour 09.
Yeah.
And that was basically everybody for themselves.
Yeah.
Like
literally.
Like I remember Gallows would go on stage and slag off every other band on Warped Tour. Like would make a point of
That's crazy.
saying bands' names and being like, fuck this band. And you're like,
Oh my
they're
God.
watching, they're there. Don't do that. But
They're
now
like, they don't even know us.
seeing the cohesion now here and hearing you talk about it, it's just it's beautiful.
lovely.
It's becoming
Oh,
more.
thanks.
Everything seems to be becoming more of a community.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was like, I can't talk to you because you can't help me, or we're rivals because we're on a similar time. Like
Well, and I also think what's really cool is that like all of us were part of the age where we were coming up as fans, you know, like Devin from Honey Revenge, like seeing her posts from Warped Tour and like all of my friends, like it's so cool to hear the stories. And we've all shared such a similar experience as to like, this is like, we're quite literally living our dream and we all get to do it together and we all get to experience this moment in the same, almost in the same way, even if we do sound a little bit different. And so it is like, I think that's really cool about it too, is like going into it, we're like, have that appreciation for one another. Like, how cool is this?
It's awesome.
Like, it is. It's really, it's awesome. And I feel really blessed to be coming up in this scene, this era of the scene, you know?
No, yeah, it's
cool.
it's thumbs up all around. Like it's just so lovely. Before we
is.
let you go, we need an update on this because the last time we talked to you, you just judged a belly flop competition.
Oh yes.
Have you been asked to judge
Seen any more belly flops
lately?
You know what? I actually have seen a belly flop since then. Okay. And it was really crazy. So it wasn't actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was like probably a month or so ago.
Okay.
It was so interesting. I was with Victoria, my tour manager. You've met Victoria, right?
Yeah.
I was with Victoria, my tour manager, Gabby, who dates John from Boys Like Girls. So I was like, this feels very familiar. Like I'm already with you guys. But my partner has like a digital creative agency, and they were filming commercials. And one of the commercials was this guy, this like really big guy comes in and like belly flops and like clears the whole pool out. And I was like, wow. That was a great belly flop. Like I'm 10 out of 10.
And I am the premier belly flop judge, actually.
Yeah.
You might be the
think I
world's
told
number
him
one
that.
belly flop judge now.
I think so. And honestly, I think I told him that too. I was like, hey, you better be on your A game because me, I know a belly flopper too.
Yeah. I have judged other people's belly flop. I've never done one myself, but I can tell. I know the workings of a good
Yes.
belly
Oh my
flop.
gosh. And also Darwin was there. He was actually one of the finalists of
Yeah.
the belly
Oh,
flop
wow.
competition.
Oh, I see it's all connected.
Yes, he was there.
I love
love
the
it.
idea that you go on the Emo's Not Dead cruise, you get drunk, you sign yourself up for a belly flop competition, and then all of a sudden you become the belly flop premier artist around the world. And then you get to do music videos and adverts just because you belly flopped. What a
I
career.
mean, honestly, that would be incredible.
Why the fuck are any of us trying music?
I
Let's
know.
just do belly flops.
We're working too hard, I think.
I love it. We're definitely going to keep this up with you. Every time we chat, I want to
Yeah.
update
I
on
love
that.
it. I
Yeah.
love
Belly
it.
flop
I'm
update.
sure I'll have more updates
I
for you
hope
the
so.
next time I see you guys.
I want somebody to go into that lake thing that's just there. There's a
I mean,
lake
I'm sure
just
we
in
could
front of
find
us.
someone.
Wow.
And we
I'm
could
sure
judge
we
it.
Never know. Never
Yeah.
know.
You know
We'll
I'll be
see.
there.
Yeah. Taylor, thank you so much. Always a
Thank
pleasure to see you.
you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys every time you get to chat with you, and thank you for
Thank you.
having me.
Yeah.
Thank you
See
very
you
much.
soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Sappenin.
Sappenin.
Yes!
Hey!
Joining us. Well, I say joining us. We are joining him at his dressing room, backstage at Warped Tour, the brilliant and beautiful Andy Biersack. How
Thank
are you?
you. I'm so nice. I'm so glad that you said that about me being beautiful to start this. That's
No,
how
I mean, it's not.
I paid you beforehand.
It's not a lie.
So,
It's not a lie, is it?
No, it's very nice. I will say it's interesting. This has been an interesting experience for me because as I've been standing out here, many people who I would think, because I am not smart, are the same age as me, have walked up to me and then said, I've been listening to you since I was 3 years old, and then shown me pictures of them as little children.
Oh,
and I
shit.
remember I am not the same age as them.
You don't age.
I am old.
Yeah, you are never aging.
Yeah, well,
There's a secret to it. What is it? Blood?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Adrenochrome.
Of course.
Specifically, yeah.
The tastiest.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, how are you?
A lot of people are going to be very upset inexplicably
No,
about
that's
that.
us. Whatever, innit?
Yeah, I know there's a human sacrifice happening right in front of us that we can't talk about.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Chap, he told you not to
sorry.
talk about
I asked. I
that.
did also pay you not to say that.
Yeah.
I paid you to say I was beautiful. I paid you not to
I'll
talk
give
about
mine
that.
back. You
No,
know.
truth be told, and then I did an interview for this was weird a minute ago for a skincare line.
Oh,
I was
well.
not told that's what it was. And then they were like, "What's your skincare routine?" And I don't really have that, so I feel like all day I've kind
You
of been
don't
off.
have a skincare routine.
Well, I do.
Okay,
Like
sorry.
it's my wife. She
Oh, yeah.
gets cool shit and goes like, "Do this," and then I do it.
then-
that
nice.
really wasn't a great response for that interview. So I just said, "Whatever your product is what I use."
That's the best. Yeah. But did you get any free product after it?
No, it was and they were nice. I don't want to, I'm not trying to be mean.
No, I know, but
It's Gabe Saporta from...
Gabe Saporta's got his own.
We just said it on.
Maybe that's who. Hard for me to say.
But yeah, how are you feeling about tonight's performance?
I'm very excited. Yeah, I mean, I think even though this is a different sort of Warped Tour, Warped Tour is so in my bones. You know, I grew up in a smaller market, as they call it, and so we didn't get a lot of like punk shows. And then I would count down the days until Warped Tour came because I could stand in one place and watch Dropkick Murphys and Rancid and AFI all play after each other, and that was the dream, right?
Yeah.
So this has been the most important thing to me since I was a little kid, and then getting to do it. We did the tour like 8 times, both as a band, and I did it solo. I met my wife on the tour and we fell in love on the tour.
Aw.
So it's really been very pivotal to me. So whether this is the Warped Tour that we all used to know, whatever it is, the fact that it is what Warped Tour is still super
Yeah.
meaningful to me.
It must be weird in moments like that to kind of reflect and see not how far the band has just come, but life has changed and having something like Warped associated with it.
Yeah. I mean, it really, like, as a kid, I was not like a kid that dreamt of being famous or winning a Grammy or like these kind of like high-end like musician goals, right? Like, and I say this and it sounds like trite, but it's true. I just wanted to be like on the other side of the fence at Warped Tour. You know, it was the same thing of like the magazines I had as a kid. I was like, oh, if I could be like Matt Skiba or whatever it is, like that was the dream. So this really is so baked into who I am. And I've told Kevin so many times, like it transcends a festival for me. It really is part of my identity, for better or for worse. It's just been a big part of me.
Yeah.
Nice. Did Kevin try and how can I word this? Skimp you on a fee just because you met your wife here? Was he like, oh, you can play for less?
No.
I technically gave you a wife.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's interesting because what's actually funny is, you know, a lot of times people have little flings on Warped Tour, right? And Kevin had seen it a million times, and he actually was really close with Juliet and was really instrumental in her getting on the tour early when she was very young. So he had a little bit of a, you know, big brother kind of fatherly energy. And I met her the first time we did the tour, and we were at the time very drunk all the time. So our reputation was not one where they're like, oh yeah, this guy, you know, he's going to be the best. So I think everybody was a little bit surprised that like it wasn't just like a Warped Tour fling.
Yeah.
And I think by the time Kevin is physically at our wedding, he was like, all right, I think it's all going to work out, you know.
I'm still not sure about this. She said I do. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, fair play.
Yeah.
But yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm glad he did. I'm glad he wasn't the person when they say if anyone has any objections. Like,
No, we Kevin and Fran had become really close when we went on fishing trips with him and Lisa and the crew and Kate and all of the original Warped family is a big part of our lives.
Yeah. I've seen Lisa walking about. I don't think she's working today.
I heard that she was here. I heard that everybody's here. I just haven't seen anybody.
Yeah.
All I've been doing is just having adults tell me that they've loved me since they were children.
That's so weird. Is there anyone in particular where you've like gone like, oh, you're in the band, I've seen you around, and not realized how young they actually were?
Well, no, because I don't know any bands. So I listen to the same music I listened to when I was 16 or my own music.
Yep.
So
Snap. Yeah, I know that feeling.
I have a very small scale. I listen to the new songs by the bands that I listened to when I was 16.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, we've been eyeing up that we know Ice-T's dressing room is like a couple of ones down.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you seen him yet?
I haven't, but people in our crew have. There's like a running, like, I saw Ice-T. Which, to be fair, his trailer's right there. Like, it doesn't seem like, as much as nothing but respect for Ice-T. But if you're standing next to the building that person is going to be in,
you're going to see him.
You don't need to report it. You know, it's going to happen.
I saw Ice-T coming out of his room. Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah. If you're standing outside of his room.
Yeah. You're just going to sit in it all day and not come out just in case.
Maybe he will.
Yeah.
After this many people making reports about his moves.
Yeah. I think it's the one thing everyone's really excited about. Where is Ice-T?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, we talk about a lot of like full circle moments and how this festival's like associated with you guys. But I feel like in general, there's been such a growth for the band, right?
Yeah.
In terms of everything from imagery to songwriting and everything in between. But it must be weird, like when you think back to festivals and like how crowds used to react to Black Veil Brides being on something, and like you had to deal with so many like misconceptions and like bottling and things like that. To now, where people are like, oh yeah, they're the band I want to see at these festivals. Like it must be weird to see how far that's come along.
Well, I remember as a kid, I stated the bands I listened to when I was a kid. I was very much into what I thought were like cool bands. Yeah. Right. And I thought that bands that the kids listened to at school were dumb. And I never listened to them, but I had that opinion based on nothing. So if a band was liked by other people, I was like, I listened to terrible psychobilly bands that nobody liked. But then I saw it happening where bands that I felt like that I was a jerk about when I was a kid, based on nothing, suddenly other people who were my age when I got older were like, oh, I've always loved that band. And you see, I've always said that credibility is just time, right? Like if you stick around long enough, people are like, all right, you know,
come on, man.
And there is a huge distinction. The first time we did Warped Tour, I was thinking about it the other day. We were playing in San Francisco, and people were just throwing shit at the stage. And I would always, I was an ass. Famously, a download, I showed my ass to many, many people. But so I had somebody threw a sandwich at the stage, and I caught it. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
And then I took a bite of it.
Oh, no.
And like as an adult now, I'm like, what? I have no idea what was in that sandwich, what could have happened to me. what sort of Warped Tour diseases I have from that sandwich. Hard to say. But there is a huge distinction. And I say all that. 9:20 tonight could come around and everyone's just throwing sandwiches at us.
I mean, I haven't bought a sandwich yet, but now
We'll see.
Well, they only got a lot of crew. Maybe they need to feed them. Maybe they want to make sure.
Maybe we should give them out for old time's sake.
Yeah.
I've also broken ribs on Warped Tour. I should break my ribs, eat a sandwich.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, don't do
painful.
that. No, we're good for that. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't expecting any of this. I was expecting broken ribs and sandwiches stories.
Oh, of course.
Look, I'm really good at derailing.
No,
things.
that's where we want.
This is what we love on you.
Yeah.
Is there any? What's the wildest Warped Tour memory that sticks out
Wildest.
that you can recall without incriminating yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think. I don't know.
You could say something and then say apparently at the end, just so your lawyers.
I think a lot of it. I remember like the first Warped Tour in like clips of moments, right? Like, so I think the wildness is. I can say one. Danny from Asking Alexandria and I were the same age, and we were the same level of awful at the same time. Our bands were coming up, and we were both the same level of shittiness. And we decided it was both of our first Warped Tours, but we thought it would be hilarious if we were really, because we figured we were very convincing. We would go on to other bands' buses that we thought were lame, and we would say, "Look, it's a Warped Tour initiation that you have to give us all of your booze." And then we would do it and drink all of their booze. So it's terrible. It makes me look like an ass. Like I'm admitting to it though.
Yeah, no.
You know.
Yeah,
And for the listener, you also would think these bands suck. So
well, I was going to say,
Who were the band? Yeah.
who have we robbed beer off?
I'm
But
not
we'll
going
have
to say
leave
that,
now.
but
Yeah.
none of them have aged particularly well in
well,
terms of how
okay.
people view them as human beings.
Okay, well, I
Well,
mean,
good then. Yeah,
Yeah,
take
judgment-
that.
Can I tell
Judgment
someone
result.
else's crazy story?
Please. Yeah. Yes.
There was a band, I think it was Winds of Plague, and an owl flew through their bus while they were driving.
An owl?
And it broke their windshield and out the back windshield. So
What
that's
the
not my story. I just watched that happen.
Yeah, imagine that fucking owl's got to be like really tucked in.
Yeah. Honestly, they were nice people. I felt bad for the owl.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
They said it was horrible. It was like bouncing around.
Oh no!
Are we getting close to the end? Because I like to wrap it up with a
Yeah,
real
that's,
bummer.
yeah, well,
I mean,
Yeah.
I was
you
gonna-
will.
I'd like to
Yeah.
keep going, but I just, let me know when we're close, because then I'll come up with the saddest thing I
Okay,
can say.
well, we'll give you a point.
yeah, it'll just end with, I've killed a man.
I like to end it on the saddest note possible.
I mean, I was going to be serious and say, obviously, Bedford Boys put out new music. Hallelujah
Yes.
came out recently, and I guess had a good reaction. What is kind of being the behind the scenes just workings of everything at the moment? What's kind of being the vibe?
So we thought we were done with the record, and then Jake and I have some more ideas. So when I get done here, I fly back home to Florida, go to the studio, and work on those ideas, and then we're done with the record.
Okay.
So, but we're in the mixing process. I would say 70% of the record is mixed. We produce it ourselves. Zach Cervini's mixing it,
Nice.
and we're really, really excited about it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where we have always worked with these kind of big personality producers, and we've benefited from that. Whether it's John Feldman, Bob Rock, Eric Ron, we've been molded and shaped in different ways by all these great producers, and we just felt like, not since the beginning of the band when we were making records for $5 and nobody cared, have we been able to just do it ourselves, and for better or for worse, make a record that we feel is the most sort of concentrated version of where we're at now, taking all the lessons that we learned from these big producers. And I would say the hardest thing about doing that is just making sure that you're not just masturbating as a record. You have to be really honest with yourself about what's good and what isn't good. And so I think we're there. I feel really proud of it. And look, if people think that we're being self-aggrandizing by doing it, then that's up to them. But I really think we've been very honest with ourselves about the quality of the record. And it's been really, really fun. I've never had more fun making a record.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, we got to end it on a bummer, really, haven't we?
What's been...
I stopped eating tofu
Yeah.
about a month ago.
Okay.
Because I thought I'd like to branch out. I got to a point where I was just eating tofu exclusively
Oh, wow.
for my
Just tofu.
protein.
Is that like a sponsored thing? Or
No, I just I have those like a food phobia sort of things where it's like things can't touch and
I know.
Okay.
Right?
and so I had honed in over a 20-year period on the most perfectly the same food.
I mean,
it's the
yeah.
same every time.
Yeah.
There's no veins. There's no gristle.
Oh, you're making me feel good about it. Yeah, vein. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, vein.
He was hungry before this as well.
I'm not gonna bother now.
Yeah. Okay, so I was eating it for a long time because I was like, same. Every time you're the same.
Yeah.
Cook it the same sauces.
Yeah.
Telling you guys a lot about me. And then I was like, this isn't particularly healthy to just eat this exclusively. So then I switched to other foods and I was eating chicken again. And I've been feeling much better, work out a lot. Today I was like, Warped Tour, old time's sake, I'm going to go back and I'm going to have tofu. I ate tofu on the drive here and I am seconds away from shitting my pants all day.
Good end.
All day.
I mean,
And that's the end of the interview.
what are you saying that?
Leave it there.
There's a restroom there. If we want to take the mic into the store.
No.
A
Anyway.
literal bummer. Yeah, we don't want that. But no,
Hey.
thank you very much, Andy. Sorry about this.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Very good to see you, man. Thank
It's
you.
guys.
fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Sappenin.
It's happening.
Yes.
Joining
I got
us
so
right
scared.
now is the absolutely terrific Charlotte Sands. How are you?
I'm so good. I like that intro. It could have been a little longer, but it's fine.
Okay.
There's more adjectives, I think.
I'll start again. Joining us right now
Yeah, come on.
is the wonderful, talented, beautiful, funny, thoughtful, cool Charlotte Sands.
That was a little bit better.
Thank
Next
you.
time, double it. But that's perfect. Perfect for now. I'll
6
take
out
it.
of 10. Thank you very much.
Is there any in particular we missed that you're really upset about? What else should have been in there?
Humble.
Humble.
Yeah.
After making me redo this.
It's the main thing people say
I
about you.
love
Humble.
Yeah, I'm just like really talented and humble, and smart, funny, humble. Yeah.
Thoughtful. I thought that was quite nice. 'Cause everyone likes to be
I'm gonna
thoughtful.
make your intro my Instagram bio moving
please do.
forward. That's
Oh,
perfect.
that's it.
Grammy Award losing artist. Yeah.
Your words, not mine. I didn't say that. Yeah, you won it in my eyes. So
Thank you.
there
That's all
go.
that matters.
How are you?
I'm really good. Happy to be here. How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Enjoying Warped. How's the day been for you so far?
It's been so good. I feel like I've been eating dirt by accident the whole time.
Okay.
Have you been out there?
Yeah.
You've been
It gets
walking
a bit
around?
dusty.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was so dusty. I looked in the mirror and I feel like I was like, oh, it's just dirt. I feel like it's here now. And there's no point of washing it off because I'm about to go back out
Yeah.
and do the show. So I was like, I'll just commit to it at this point, you know?
But now you get to be like, look, I'm one of you.
Exactly. I'm one of the
covered in-
people.
I'm covered in
Yeah.
shit. too.
Exactly. We're equals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm no
see?
better. Oh, I might be up here, but I'm no better.
Exactly. Again, yeah, the very humble leaning. Yeah. And no, but we were having the best time. We just did a like merch signing for the last hour and a half. And then I slowly over time just was like unable to talk and was just like coughing in
no.
everyone's face. And I'm like, how are people doing this? But it is really cool. Great vibes out there. Everyone's been so nice and so wonderful. And I'm really excited.
Nice. Have you been to a Warped Tour before?
I haven't. I'm so embarrassed.
No.
Am I the
it's
first
my-
one who
it's my
hasn't?
first time as well. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
amazing. No, this is my first Warped Tour. I didn't really have friends.
And that's
Sorry.
it. Stop.
Thank you. All right. And nothing's changed. Yeah, so good to see
It's
you
got
guys.
worse.
It's just gone downhill. But no, I feel like growing up, I knew people who went to Warped Tour, but I don't feel like I didn't really have friends in like this scene that like wanted to go to that kind of music. And so I never really ended up going. I just would like stay in my basement and like write my own music. I was not like a big social music gathering person,
Right,
you know?
okay.
Yeah, so I'm really, really excited though. This is my first time and I feel like I've heard about it for so long
Yep.
that I just feel like I feel really honored that I get to be a part of it
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, times have changed because now you are part of a big community within
Yeah.
the scene. We just
Totally.
we were talking to Taylor Acorn earlier,
Oh, she's my best.
and she was
my
saying
best,
that
yeah.
you're basically having slumber parties on the tour bus every night.
It's literally gotten to the point where both of us are like, how are we gonna ever tour again without each other? Like it's almost like having emotional support like friends. Every day we just get ready together and we hang out and we talk about the show, and then after the show we just like drink a glass of wine and eat our snacks and watch like horse related movies because we both like horses. They always have to be horse themed. But it's just been so fun and just like genuinely one of the most enjoyable like tour environments.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I already have like anxiety about leaving her side.
Oh.
I'm like, should we just start a band or like start a business
Ooh.
together where we like have to tour all the time together? Like that's on my rider. Taylor Acorn has to be in the green room.
Yeah, why didn't you like when she's on tour, you tour manage.
Yeah,
or
exactly. I'll
less
just be
than
like
that,
her
I guess, 'cause
assistant.
That's probably
yeah,
quite
I'll be her
difficult.
assistant and be like, please, Taylor, let me hang out with you tonight.
And then the other way around.
Exactly.
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
No, I will. Anything. I'll find a way. I'll find a way to hang out with her.
Good.
I've got to ask now. You
Yeah.
said horse movies.
Yeah.
How
Black
many?
Beauty.
That was good.
Are we just naming them?
But should we just go for it?
Yeah, how many are there?
Well,
What do you
we're about to
mean?
find out. Black Beauty.
Wait, let's call her over. We could each do 20, easy. Spirit, Stallion
Yeah.
of the Cimarron.
Okay, yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, best soundtrack of any film ever made, perhaps. Have you seen it?
No, I'm trying to think of other
Okay,
horse.
I thought you were about to question me, and I was like, don't
Yeah.
talk to me about it if you haven't seen
No,
it.
no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's like Flicka.
Okay.
But there's one about like a racehorse. That one's sad. I don't know. Sorry to pivot the conversation, guys.
Yeah,
Welcome back. We're talking about Warped Tour. Yeah, like Horse Girl Warped Tour
Yeah,
version.
we're here with horse aficionado. That's another thing to
Little
add.
thing about me.
That's another
Yeah,
thing to
add
add.
that to the intro next time. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thoughtful horse
Yeah.
aficionado.
Horse Girl. Yeah.
Horse girl.
Yeah, Horse Girl. It's cool
New
now.
merch. Horse girl.
That's actually genius. I will be adding that to
There you
my
go.
Yeah.
list that I will be taking credit for.
no,
you know, you
you're-
and Taylor need a shirt where you're both riding a horse together, like
Wow.
lovingly.
Oh my God. You know those shirts that they sell at gas stations with like the animals like running in slow
Yeah.
motion? And I feel like we both need one of those with like our
Yeah.
hair blowing in the wind and like like when they're in the forefront and then the horses are like horses driving in front of us. Horses driving cars in front of us. Okay, this idea is getting crazy. We have
Roll it. This is
Yeah.
what we love. This is
Merch
what we're here.
design.
I'm an
This is
artist,
why we're
guys.
here.
Okay, once I go,
Yeah, I'm just
it's so
creative.
hard to rein me in.
I'm just being creative.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Watch me go.
Yeah.
Hey, they can't all be hits, can they?
True.
Not all these thoughts are hits.
I've always
Some of them
been
need
saying
some
I've always said that.
shopping.
Yeah.
But what's going on behind the scenes? Because you're someone who's always writing, or you're always lending your voice to features and stuff
Yeah.
like this. Like obviously, there's been new music out recently, but like behind the scenes, is it still just being as creative as ever, or?
Yeah, I mean, the last year I've kind of been focusing mostly on writing. I feel like I've been on tour for like the last 4 years straight without a break, and which I love. I love being on tour, and I want to be on tour forever without a break. If anyone wants me to come out on their tour, let me know. And I took like a kind of the last 8 months off just to write music and to focus on like the next project and the next sound and like where I wanna be sonically and all of that. So it's been really fun because I've been able to kind of like actually use that part of my brain again instead of trying to do kind of all the things at the same time. I've been focusing on the writing side, and now we're back out on tour though. Now I'm like, yes, here I am once again.
Life.
Living. Exactly. Living. Waking up to like a Walmart parking lot in
Yeah.
North Dakota. It's awesome.
yeah.
Do you guys know where North Dakota
Desperate for a
is?
toilet. Do I?
Geography
I mean, I couldn't
quiz.
pick it on a map. But
Okay.
I mean,
There we go, that's enough.
I've heard of it. Like,
Honestly, I don't even know if I can. Sorry.
yeah. Do you know where Merthyr Tydfil is?
Yes. Can you imagine if I like actually
imagine you're
did that? And I'm like right here. My aunt lives there.
Yeah. 29 miles north of Cardiff, Sean.
Exactly.
You prick.
I knew
Don't-
that.
Yeah. Don't ever
that.
test me on geography again. Horses and geography
Yeah, those
are
are
my
my
two
two.
favorites.
Spirit, Flicka, and whatever city you're talking about.
2008's third roughest town in Britain.
Anyway, he's got so many facts. Don't get him
Oh
started. It's a
God.
whole.
Actually, this is my out. I gotta go.
It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing.
Ooh, but
Last time we had you on the podcast, we
Yes.
talked about there's that time period where you were just letting your voice to so many different
Yes.
features and vocals for everyone, from like the main to Sleeping with Sirens, Taking Back Sunday. Is there been any in particular, like over that time, where people like keep coming up to you about and being like, "Oh, that feature on that song really introduced me to you," like or anything like
Yeah.
that?
I definitely think the one that people talk to me about the most is the main and Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
Loved You a Little. I think that was just that was kind of the song that jump-started, I feel like, a lot of my introduction to this genre for a lot of other people who had never heard of me. And I feel like the main kind of put me on the radar of their fan base and their audience, who are also, they have created the coolest community of people and the best audiences all around the world. Every time I go to their show is like the best energy, the best vibe. I feel lucky just that I get to kind of ride the coattails of like this beautiful community that they've created and get to be a part of it as a fan as well. And so that I feel like has had the biggest impact in just like, even I was just outside doing like a meet and greet thing at my merch table, and half of the people are talking to me about that song and about the Maine, and the fact that like they found me at the Maine's 8123 festival or all these things. They just have such a beautiful community of people, and it's I just feel lucky I get to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, for me, the first band I ever got into was Busted.
So sick.
And you did a feature on the
Yes.
re-recorded album celebrating their anniversary of You Said No. And like when I first saw that, I was so surprised about those two worlds colliding. Like, how did that come about for you? And like, what's the connection there?
Honestly, that was because I think that we had just been... I feel really grateful because for a really long time, my team has been super adamant about like making sure that we are paying the same amount of attention in the US that we are like UK, Europe, international. And I think a lot of smaller artists, obviously it's like very hard to get overseas and it's hard to have people working for you outside of the US. But my team was just always like, this is a necessity and it's just as important as the US. And so we've been building like a foundation outside of the US, I feel like, ever since I released my first song. And some of the shows we played there on my like headline tour that we just did were bigger outside of the US than in the US, which is so crazy to me. But I think we just were reaching out, just basically saying I was really interested in working with bands and people that were in the UK, and that like I have such incredible listeners in like London and in the UK, and I love the shows I play there. So I think they were just very much pushing for me to try and like work with artists out there. I'd never expected it to be like the most legendary band of all time. I was like, I think you guys have the wrong email. This is not good, Charlotte. This is
bad, Charlotte.
Exactly. I was like, wrong, Charlotte, but I'll take it. No questions asked. And then I luckily, the guy who was helping produce a lot of it, Phil, been a friend of mine for a long time.
Phil?
Yes, and we had toured together in the past, and we know each other through the Maine and all those bands.
Of course,
So it's all just like this community of people, and I think as soon as they reached out and told me that like he was doing it and there were some other artists that I loved and it was Busted in general, I was like, oh, okay, sign me up for $1 million.
Have you got to spend any time with the Busted boys?
No, I haven't. I wanted to. We went to the Heavy Music Awards and when we were over there, and I think that was right around the same time, but I haven't really gotten to see them in person. I met all like the McFly guys who are also like, I feel like legendary. They were so cool. But I feel like I got introed to this like scene and this audience of people that like, I feel really fortunate because I was aware of who all these people were, but I didn't grow up like over there. But because I had teams that I was touring with, and I'm a tour manager over there, everyone running merch, like all my teams over there were like, wait, you're doing a song with who? And I'm like, oh, this small up and coming band, you know?
They're never going to make it.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe if I do a feature with them, they have a chance, you know? They're like over there doing like arenas. And no, but I like, so it's so cool because like, I think sometimes I've just done so many features that have taken me into these different like circles of audiences and listeners that I feel like I probably wouldn't have found myself in a lot of ways just with my own music. So it's like introducing each other to these different pockets, and then I get to kind of introduce them to my very huge audience. They're
welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. I get to intro them to my 5 followers. But no, it's cool to be able to like you slowly build a bigger and bigger circle and like network of listeners, and it's just exciting that they come from all over the world and are all over the map. Yeah.
How good would it be if Charlotte Sands opened the McFly versus Busted show?
Stop. Hear that, guy? Hear that, world?
Yeah.
Universe, are you listening?
Charlie, Matt, James, Tom, Danny, Dougie, Harry. Is there another one?
No, you rate them all.
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard that. Make it fucking happen.
Yeah, this
Make
is
it
to
happen.
you. Or 10 years bad luck.
Yeah.
Fuck
Not a threat legally.
Apparently, my lawyers told me to say.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing a Bad Charlotte t-shirt?
Do you know what's so funny is my first band, I wanted it to be called Bad Charlotte. When I was 9 years old, I wanted to, because I loved Good Charlotte. I had a Good Charlotte t-shirt, and I was like, I want to be called Bad Charlotte. My dad was like, I don't think you can do that. Probably for a few different reasons, but he was like, probably copyright at most.
Yeah.
And then I think my next idea, I wanted to be called peppermint patty. Don't know where that came from. I think I also just had a peppermint patty t-shirt that I was wearing at the time. Very creative ideas. Basically just stealing everyone else's.
Whatever. I'm going to be called the Vans.
I'm going to be called Hot Topic. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Not
People are going to love it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cold
But
Topic.
I still think about doing the bad Charlotte thing and like making
you should.
good Charlotte. Like,
Yeah.
no. It's all out of respect, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Why not?
But no, I'm also just such a fan of them, and I think they're so cool. And I just grew up with that whole era, so I'm
nice.
Yeah, I just pretend to be named after them. I'm like, right, Mom?
Yeah.
Back me up on this, Mom.
I was conceived. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous.
Exactly. Yes. It's in my blood. Okay, well now.
Away from that.
I had to take it that way, didn't I? Sorry.
What else have you got coming up in the near future?
Well, we're currently on tour. We're on the summer school tour, which
Yeah.
is across the U.S. And then we're also doing the Warped Orlando, which is going to be really fun. But I have a song that comes out on August 1st.
Ooh.
It's called Neck Deep. And
We've got one of them in the UK.
yeah. I was about to say I think they named their band after my song that's not out yet. They're
I just
copying
written a
me.
little ditty for them to just,
I was like,
promotion.
I honestly was thinking about it. I was like, do you know what's going to be horrible about this? I'm going to put this song out and everyone's going to be so excited because they're going to think it's like a feature with a band they actually like.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, finally we can respect this artist, Charlotte Sands. And then it's just, I've let everyone down. It's just still me by myself.
Or people are going to think Neck Deep have written a song called Charlotte Sands.
See, now that's the dream.
Imagine they do. Ben,
Yeah.
they
Ben
should.
Barlow, I know you're listening to this.
Yeah,
you
are
listen
you hearing
every
me?
week.
It's cool.
You need a song
Everyone
called
I'm
Charlotte
available.
Sands.
I'm available whenever
Featuring
you want.
Charlotte Sands.
Exactly.
album,
That's what you need.
Charlotte
I'll do Neck Deep featuring Neck Deep if they do Charlotte Sands featuring Charlotte Sands. It's a trade. You hear me? Handshake deal
this is
right now.
mixes.
It's out there
Reach
now.
out.
Wow.
But yeah, August 1st and tour is sick, and the show is gonna be sick. We play at 7 p.m. tonight, and I can't wait.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, yes.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks
Honestly,
for having
really
me
lovely
again.
to see you. Looking forward to the set later, and hopefully we can do one of these again very soon.
Literally, whenever you guys want, I'm so free.
Right.
We'll see you. I'll call
7
you guys
o'clock?
tomorrow. Yeah. I'll be back at 7:05.
6:59, I'll see you.
Cut my set. I don't need
Yeah.
to do it. Well, you guys are the best. Have the best day. Bye. I love how I wave.
Sappenin. Yes, joining us now is the beautiful, beautiful Shane Told of Silverstein.
Hey guys,
How are you?
good. I feel like it wasn't that long ago we spoke,
it
like
was a few
months
months back.
ago.
Yeah, it was just a few months back, but we came all the way over here.
Yeah.
we saw you were here, and we thought that would be lovely. So here we
Yeah,
are.
well, I'm glad I'm becoming a regular on the show
Oh,
here.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Can't get rid of it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So you guys had to kind of, I'm not interviewing you guys,
No,
but I'm
please.
going to for a second. How was the flight over here? I understand
terrible.
you just got in here.
Yeah, we,
What airline?
Norse.
Oh, I heard about it. Is it bad? It's cheap. I saw
Yeah.
like 200 pounds, or no,
Certainly cheap.
$200 to get over here.
Yeah. It's the Ryanair of Atlantic flights, I think.
Yeah, there's
So
no
there was no
foods.
meals.
Yeah.
What?
You had to buy drink, like any drinks. You had to buy everything.
Did you go from London to LA?
Gatwick to LA, 11 hours straight.
No food.
No food.
You have to buy it if you have
nuts.
to.
I can't- I'm surprised that's even allowed.
Yeah, the thing is, they would come past with the fucking trolley, and you'd smell the food, and they were like, "Does anybody want to buy food?" And we're like, "Give us some. We're dying."
Wow, that is
So,
next level. All right.
yeah, so-
yeah, we're cooked.
Thanks to Norse for sponsoring this week's podcast. Anyway, fuck, I just ruined it. But yes, how are you? Are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, we are like Warped Tour staple band.
Yeah.
I think we're the third band that's done the third most amount of Warped shows.
wow.
We're the #1 international band, actually.
Nice,
Kevin Lyman told me that.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. And yeah, man, we did the DC one. It was really fun. But like, there's something about Warped Tour in California that feels like it's the right.
Yeah.
It's where it started, you know? So yeah, it feels really good to be here. And yeah, we drew the kind of the late slot, playing at 8:30, the last band. But hey, I mean,
That's going to be
maybe we
fantastic.
should feel like special. That
Yeah, you're
day,
going to have
you
like
know?
85,000 people watching you, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean,
Small show.
it's going to be it is going to be really big.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
It's gonna be
I
really
can't wait
big.
for it.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't wait.
It's definitely a good vibe. It's my first warp, just kind of checking everything out. But what are some of those memories that might have been flooding back on the preparation to this, and like seeing the signs and people just going crazy for it?
Yeah, it's cool how Warped Tour can do this, like come back and be way bigger. And but still feel the same somehow.
Yeah.
It's like really interesting because like other festivals sort of try, and I don't know what it is about Warped Tour. It's like, it feels a bit like when we were young, but like trashy. And that's like, that's what it needs to have, a little bit of trash in there, you know? Because I mean, you did Warped Tour back in the day. I remember doing it with you. And like, you remember how it's like, there were no dressing rooms. There was like nowhere to go. Like you had your tent. They gave you a case of beer and a case of water. And that was it.
You could go anywhere you wanted. Like any stage you wanted, just walk up. You could just walk on and just take instruments of other people if you wanted to. So
you pretty much could do anything you wanted. There was just a certain, like, everyone's on the same level. You know, no one's getting anything really. Like, and so it's cool that they kind of managed to have to modernize it, but kind of kept it the same. And that's like, it's a really good part of it, man. But like, dude, so many memories flooding back. Like, you know, it was such a constant in my life. I went to my first Warped Tour at age of 16.
Wow.
1997. The first band I watched was Sick of It All. And I saw, you know, Lagwagon and Pennywise. Pennywise closed that day. And a little band called Blink 182. I think I saw them for the first time, you know. And who else played? Less Than Jake, of course. Of course they played.
Yeah, of course.
And Sugar Ray played. Mark McGrath jumped on me.
Nice.
What? He sweated all over me. And then my girlfriend was like, oh my God, he's so hot. So
sweat. Kiss me.
So like, it's crazy, you know, to think about like that early lineup and, you know, and seeing that. But like, it's, you know, 16 years old, it really shaped, you know, me, who I am and like what I like. And I went every single year, either as a fan or as a punter, as you like to say, or as a punter or as a performer. And every single year until now. So I haven't missed one since the third one.
Wow.
So it's so yeah, dude, it's like, it's really special for me.
Yeah. No, I feel that. And I feel like there's been a lot of bands who just, it all comes flooding back. It's a nice mixture of like that nostalgia, but also bands who never got to experience Warp the first time around.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people, you know, I think especially with the fans, it's like really funny when I was like talking to people, explaining things, you know, they're like, I'm like, well, yeah, like, you know, well, you don't know what time anyone plays till the morning of. They're like, well, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, like you don't know, like you know, like freaking, I'm trying to think of a really, really big band on this. Like they could be on at like, you know, 2:30 in the afternoon, like the headliner, you know, like I remember 2005 when My Chem and Fall Out Boy were both on it and they were both blowing up that summer. It was like, there were days Fall Out Boy played at 1:15.
Wow.
It was, you know, or the Offspring, like we're playing like, you know, it was what it was. Sorry, I spat on you.
It's all right. I like
and like,
I'm into it.
it happens. It's happening.
It's my thing.
But like that's, so explain that to people. People are like, wait, what? And it's like, yeah, and then you know, I'm talking about it, and they're like, yeah, well, you know, it's like 25, 30-minute sets. We're like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, like headliners only play like a half an hour. It doesn't matter, which they have changed that part, you know. But like, you know, those kinds of things, I think people were really like confused about, you know, younger people that have never been to Warped Tour. But those were kind of some of my favorite things about Warped Tour.
Yeah. Who's the other two bands that have played more than you? Less Than Jake, one of them?
Yeah, Less Than Jake. I know Every Time I Die has a pretty high number too. Yeah. I know Less Than Jake is number one, and I was told we were number three, and I'm not sure. Real Big Fish maybe could be up there.
Yeah. You need to get a few more in before Every Time I Die get back together.
Yeah, well, we're doing it so far. I mean, there's not that many to do anymore.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah. I find that funny. With that as well, like, is there just any stories that like maybe people wouldn't expect in terms of just like people getting together? Like, is already us just walking around and stuff, like you just get to be involved with the community and see the bands that like, this is probably the only time of the year you get to see them, but it feels like a giant reunion all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. Like just walking around there, it's like everyone's like Sappenin. You know, it like really is like that. You can't walk 5 feet without seeing somebody you know, and like it almost sucks because I'm like, I have to freaking come do the stupid podcast.
Yeah.
I can't stop and chat.
You're hanging with your friends, but with these cunts.
But I mean, that's like always been such a special part of Warped Tour is that like, you know, the bands, it's always very diverse, you know, like it wasn't always just punk bands. Like people think of punk rock and stuff, but like I saw the Black Eyed Peas play Warped Tour. Katy Perry played Warped Tour. Eminem, I saw Eminem play Warped Tour that year, whatever that was. Like, and there's always been, you know, like even smaller acts, and they've had other stages with like different types of bands, and like, you know, it's really becoming friends with like random people. Like I became pretty good buddies with the guy from Offspring that goes, "You gotta keep them separated." Like that was his only job. That's like all he was there to do. I had lunch with him. Super nice guy. You know, like when would I ever, you know, meet that guy really, right? Or like, you know, my relationship with like Fat Mike now. Like we both live in Las Vegas. Like we're playing poker games together in like random poker games in houses and stuff. And like, and I'm, you know, they're my favorite band. So, you know, our styles of music are completely different. Like we would never tour together except on something like the Warped Tour. So, you know, all these people became friends, and, you know, like Matt from Avenged Sevenfold and Mike are like really good friends. Like musically, it like doesn't make any sense.
No,
but like
crazy.
That's something that happens from Warped Tour and why it's so special. And, you know, just the barbecue after every show was like so rad. You know, like everyone would go to it, and you'd go and you'd get your burger, and you'd tip the barbecue band, and then I don't know, you just get fucked up and party and hang out and do it all again the next day.
Yeah, cornhole of the night away.
Absolutely, dude.
I haven't seen one cornhole set yet, though.
No, but, you know, that's the problem with like the way this is set up. I think if bands were playing both days, then maybe there'd be a little more of that, like a little more of an after party. But this isn't the same because we're not all traveling together. You know, everyone's showing up to doing the thing and kind of splitting. It feels a lot more like a European festival than a touring American festival. Unfortunately. Yeah. But hey, we can't have everything.
Yeah.
How's the reaction to the new music being so far this year? Because this year's a busy one. You're putting out 2 albums. One's already come out. One's coming out in a few months. Yep. You're in that kind of sweet spot at the moment where you're in between the two. Is it weird knowing that, like, you know, you're kind of on an album cycle with another one coming up? It must be very weird in the brain to think of that side of it.
Is it a sweet spot? Or is it
a stressful spot? Yeah. I don't know.
No, it's there's nothing stressful about it. It feels good. In fact, I'd say right now we have like the least amount of pressure ever because we already put out a record. Yeah. That we recorded them both together. Yeah. So they're basically like the same record. And everyone already loved the first one, and I think the second one's even better. Nice. So I'm like, oh shit, well, everyone's gonna like this record. I've got no stress about it because like basically every other record we've ever put out, I'm always like the night before it's coming out, I'm like, oh my god, are people gonna like this thing? Like, I think that's just the nature of any artist, really. Yeah. Unless you're an egotistical piece of shit, then you're like, well, everyone's gonna love everything I do. But that's not how I feel. And so we feel great right now. I think the other thing is the way that, you know, music works is you're putting out so many singles all the time ahead of everything. It's kind of just felt like we're putting out singles like the whole year and then a couple big splashes with the 2 records. So it's kind of just been a constant, and we're still touring too. Like we've done 2 US tours, the UK Euro tour, which I saw you guys for. And then we have another US tour, November, December, kind of filling in the gaps with Thursday again. We're going to South America. So, well, if we die there, then we won't get to do the US tour. But, you know, we're really going all over the place, and it's just feels really good. You know, 25th year of the band, going harder than ever, and like, yeah, we're having a blast.
Who tends to win more of the poker games, you or Fat Mike?
Fat Mike is good. Fat Mike is really good. Fat Mike is also like really funny when he plays. Like, he'll get his cards. He'll be like, "Oh, I got a good hit. I got a good hit." Like he does not. It's like you're not supposed to. You're supposed to have a poker face when you play. But yeah, he's a good player. We played a lot back in the day on Warped Tour, which is why I'm bringing all this up. You know, we'd play like poker games. We'd play like 4 or 5 nights a week. You know, and it was a really good time. Some of my best memories and some of my best friends. You know, like. Obviously, Mike and like the guys from Motion City Soundtrack were big players. Wow! And the guys from Billy Talent would play, and yeah, it was back when poker was like really popular when it was like on TV all the time. So, but we still play, and like living in Las Vegas, it's sort of like part of the culture there. But
of course,
Yeah, I mean, I can hold my own.
Okay.
I think I probably made more money in 2006 playing poker than I did playing the shows.
I was just about to say, is there a massive hand that you remember winning that you?
No, but I'll tell you a story about Bill. So everyone knows in poker that the worst hand you can get dealt is a 7-2. It's basically like the lowest card, but you also can't even make a straight with it, right? So it's the worst hand. So Billy decided he was gonna like mess around and play this 7-2, and it was against Smelly, the drummer for NoFX, who had pocket aces. And I don't remember what happened, but like Smelly was betting like pretty big, and Bill like ended up beating him on the last card.
Oh.
And Smelly was like if you know Smelly, he is such a mild-mannered, calm guy. You know, like he's got ex-addict energy. You know, he's just like very happy to be there. Like, you know, doesn't drink, just like always like he was fucking pissed, dude. And we talked about that hand. Might have been 7-3 if Bill's listening. Might have been 7-3, but it was a shit hand, and Bill won. And man, it was like, yeah, he was very, very, very angry.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Insane.
Nice.
Dude, thank you so much for taking the time. It's always nice reminiscing and just having great stories from you.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you guys get through today and get a little bit of rest. And
Thank you.
tomorrow you can maybe get in the pit like you guys are probably going to do.
Oh, I'm up for
Head
that.
walking?
Yeah.
Party
I'm
rocking.
all up for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowd killing. I'm up for it.
Oh, kidding.
Kill that
Killed
crowd.
in the crowd. Yeah, I'm up
Fucking
for
hell.
it. Yeah.
Can't give it mood that we're over here. Like,
Oh, yeah,
it's the
that's
land of
true.
the free, but not that
Yeah,
free.
yeah.
Man.
I'll see you crowd killing to Falling
We'll see
Reverse
how
tomorrow.
brave they are.
I know you'll be there.
Two falling reverse.
Falling Reverse,
You know
definitely.
me.
I'll see you. I'll see you there. Oh yeah.
Me and you are going to be in our vests, just in the pit, just taking like
Battling.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like we're going to be like Beyblades tomorrow, me and you, to fall in reverse.
That's what we'll be doing. If you need to find us,
Yeah.
that's where we'll be.
Nice one. Thank you, Shane.
Cheers, man.
Thank you guys.
See you in the pit.
I'm a floor sitter too, so scum.
Nice. Yes, we're scum together.
Yeah. Scum together. Sorry, I'm a father.
over me.
Yeah.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Hey, it's happening.
Yes! Joining us right now is the wonderful Lolo. How are you?
I am great. I'm lovely. Thank you. I already performed at Warped Tour, so now it's like a brick off my shoulders.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did it go? How did it
It
feel,
went,
actually?
Sorry, I cut you off.
No,
it went
go.
amazing. I was really scared that no one would be there. However, it was a sea of people.
Yes.
So that was great because I performed a little bit earlier, but I was on one of the main stages, so I guess there were still people. But I was worried about that. It went great.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'm sure it's such like a bucket list thing as well. Like, and to have
yeah.
this experience in the sun and see like 8,000 people turn up early is like a really good indication of things to come.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wasn't expecting it, and Warped Tour has been on my bucket list for years, but obviously it hasn't been around. So, you know, it was just on the bucket list, never coming up, and now I can finally take it off.
I like to think Kevin Lyman brought it back just so you could play it.
Honestly, I feel like he did.
Yeah.
Because I've seen he did an interview with Billboard, I think. I forgot. He did an interview and he mentioned me.
Wow.
So
Nice.
I think I'm
It's
the reason.
definitely- yeah.
I think it's
Thank
me.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this
You're
is
welcome.
wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So yeah, you talked about the pressure of doing Warped Tour. How was the build up?
The build-up was awful. Honestly, I woke up this morning, I was ill, and I never get nervous for shows.
Oh,
I
no.
don't get nervous. This one, for some reason, I was nervous. I think it's because it's just such a thing. Warped Tour. It's like, it's so iconic, and like I knew there was going to be so many people here from the scene that I make music in. So it was a lot of pressure for sure, but probably unnecessary pressure that I just put on myself because I have issues. But
Yeah.
it ended up being a great. The build-up was worth it. It was
Good.
great.
Yeah.
Good.
No, we love stuff like that. But yeah, Warp's got such a legacy. Did you ever get to come as a fan back in the day?
No, my mom, I wasn't allowed. I honestly wasn't allowed to go to concerts for a really long time because my mom was scared that I was going to go deaf. Joke's on her. I'm a musician now.
And I'm more deaf than I could ever be.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know. And honestly, I didn't know, like, I wasn't allowed to go to festivals really. So I don't even think I knew about Warped Tour. Like, I was probably just like this loser sitting at home, not going to concerts. Also, I was from Toronto, so it wasn't. I know we did have it in Toronto, but it wasn't as big of a thing as it was in the U.S. I don't think, or I'm just completely out of the loop and a loser. I don't know. Yeah.
So what was a turning point from you from not being able to go to gigs and festivals to playing them? Like, was there a good bridge in between?
Yeah, I mean,
Earplugs. I mean,
yeah, earplugs. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I now have my in-ears, right? So, yeah, and my mom, to this day, my mom hates concerts too.
No.
But she'll go to the only concert she's ever been to in her entire life are LØLØ and Elton John.
Together at
What a
last.
combo. What a
Together,
combo.
yeah, that one time that we played together.
Yeah.
No, those are the only two people she's ever seen live.
Wow.
But she's there, she's wearing my merch, she's like,
That's awesome.
she's up in the front, yeah. She loves it.
Oh, I'm glad.
Well, yeah, surely you've got to support Elton John at some point now.
Right,
just
he stopped
because of this.
playing, but
And he listens to this
So he
podcast every week.
says, so he says. I feel like it always comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Elton.
Hey, Elton, I'm free.
Yeah.
We're kind of the same genre.
well, I got a very serious question here now. Okay, obviously, new single out.
Yes.
Right? But Devil wears Converse. If the devil does wear Converse, what type of people wear Vans?
Angels, obviously. Sexy, cute, funny,
So clever.
endearing people.
Wait a
yeah.
second. No.
Oh, you
Oh,
We're wrong there. Yeah.
are you wearing Vans?
I am.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm an angel. She called me an
Yeah.
angel. Mom, I finally made it. I'm an angel. But yeah. What about Dr. Martens then? Are they
Oh,
Dr. Martens?
these aren't, but they're like, okay, so
They're
I
close
used to
to
wear
it,
Doc
yeah.
Martens on tour, but then they were so heavy.
Yeah. Oh,
God,
These are like knockoffs that are really light. People, good. Honestly, I wear Converse all the time. I just sounded so good. It sounds like Devil Wears Prada, but it's like Devil Wears Converse.
Yeah.
I love Converse, but obviously love Vans more. Warped Tour, hashtag Warped Tour.
Today, I prefer
Yeah.
Vans.
Yeah.
Tomorrow might be a different story.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No, but with the new single, how have you felt the reaction? Because people have been waiting for a while for something post the album. I feel like it must be exciting as well to have that kind of out there now and like a new direction slightly as well, and people to get excited about.
It's great. People are really loving it, which I'm really happy about. I feel like it's been the most well-received single of mine in a while, like just in terms of statistics and stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of like going towards a less pop punk, more pop rock, alt pop rock, singer-songwriter-y, a little bit more that way, you know? So this is kind of like a good bridge track to, I mean, I think it still sounds like my other stuff, but it's kind of going in more in that direction. And the next songs will continue to go more in that direction, even more so. So we're warming them up, you know?
Nice.
We're still kicking with the Converse and that kind of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I think people have always found you as a good bridge between girly pop and like pop punk as
Yeah.
well. Have you seen a lot of like that comparison and that kind of growth over the years where people have kind of
Yeah,
found
well, you know what?
between
People
two?
always say I'm pop punk, and I'm always like, I don't think I'm pop punk, but I mean, it's like, what the fuck? What is pop punk and what's pop rock? It's like, I mean, I feel like my music, I mean, at least my influences and stuff were like when I was making my music were more Green Day, Weezer, Smashing Pumpkins than like Blink-182, Simple Plan, even though I fucking love those bands. But like my music, I feel like was sounding more like that. But yeah, I'm always just like, whatever, call me whatever you want. Obviously, I'm a punk icon. I'm metal. I'm so fucking heavy. It's like, it's
Hardcore.
crazy. Yeah, I'm hardcore.
Yeah. No, I love the mix of everything. What I've noticed though as well, and I'm sure you've seen this, is over the years where people mix playlists on Spotify, right? And
Yeah.
they call it the most weirdest things.
Yes.
Have you had any over the years where you've like been able to see like so-and-so's added you to a playlist and it's been like the maddest name?
There's been a lot of crazy ones. I remember one was like songs to kill people to. And I was like, should I be concerned? But also like, yeah, I do see how you turn me on, but you give me depression and Hot Girls in Hell. You could kill someone to that song. So I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a concerning title. Did I say anything? No. I let it slide. I'm just going to assume they're not killing people.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine you find out it's like a serial.
Yeah.
It's
like,
the new Ted Bundy. He's
Yeah.
a big fan of LØLØ.
Yeah, big fan of LØLØ. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
Nice. Well, yeah.
Well, on that note, thank you
Yeah.
for taking the time.
For your time.
Lovely to
Thank
see
you.
you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Hopefully we'll catch you again soon.
Thank you so much.
Where are you guys from? Wales. Oh, I went to Cardiff 2 years ago. We were opening for Fall Out Boy, and it was maybe one of my favorite places
Nice.
ever.
Did you see the castle?
Yep. It was like it was mind blowing. Honestly, like you think that in the U.S. you're like, oh, this house is old. It's from 1692, and then you go over there, and I remember being at the castle in Cardiff, and they were like, yeah, this wall is from the year 600. I was like, what do you mean?
Sappenin.
Yes!
Joining us right now is Joe, a.k.a. the brilliant Nothing Nowhere. How are you?
Doing good. I'm stoked to be here. The sun is shining, and there's a lot of people here.
Yeah,
They're very much so.
It's shining a bit too much because, as you can see, my face is very red.
Yeah. Only on the edges, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why.
How have you missed? You must have just splattered the cream in the middle. I went, that'll probably do it.
Yeah, it looks like you're just fresh off like a carnival cruise or something.
Oh, wow, I'll take that. That's the look I was going for. So I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Vacation vibes.
How was playing Warp today in the set and just seeing that reaction?
Yeah, it was crazy, honestly. We didn't really know what to expect because we were on one of the bigger stages, but we were early. We were I think we were the first ones on our stage, honestly. But it was Pat walked out, and I was like, there was people as far as you could see, and I was like, what, dude? So, yeah, I think people are just stoked to see music. It doesn't matter what time your set is at, but people were going crazy. There were some crowd surfers, there were some pits, and it was a good time.
Nice. Yeah. Have you played Warped Tour before or been to Warped Tour before?
I grew up going to Warped.
Nice.
The first one I ever went to was 2006 in Massachusetts, and where I grew up. And I remember I saw like Killswitch Engage, Bayside. But this was my first time, like, besides the DC one that just happened, it's my first time playing Warped Tour. So it's definitely a little Joe is very excited about it, full circle moment.
Yeah. That's the thing. Your career has been full of these kind of full circle moments because a lot of the bands you grew up listening to, since this band and project is being out, you've befriended them or you've worked with them, you've toured with them, and it seems to like always happen. Are you still at that mindset where you like can't believe it, or have you actually been able to be like, this is weird that this keeps happening?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like a classic artist trope where you kind of have imposter syndrome. I'm sure you guys know too. It's because it's kind of the doubting mind. Like, I don't know if it's some like wound from childhood or something, but it's just like, I'm not good enough. I shouldn't be here. It's a fluke. I've gotten a lot better at that as I've gotten older, and there's been a lot of validating moments in my career where I'm like, hey, yeah, I deserve to be here because I worked really hard at, playing guitar and writing songs. And yeah, and as a result, you end up with other people who just did the same thing as you. So it's a good meditation. It's a good way to think about it. And I think my mindset's a little healthier nowadays. Less imposter syndrome.
Do you remember the first person that you loved musically that showed you appreciation?
Yeah, I do. It was this dude, and he was in this really small band called Fall Out Boy.
Oh,
his name,
Fall Out Boy.
I mean, it's a funny name.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll ever make it.
Yeah, we'll see. His name is Pete Wentz. Yeah, and so Pete Wentz hit me up. He was the first one to hit me up, and he kind of discovered me. Yeah, Pete called, and that was crazy. And then my first ever, recording session in a real studio was with John Feldman and Pete Wentz, and it was just like complete shell shock. I actually had a panic attack driving back because I just couldn't. It just wasn't registering to me because I'd kind of gotten popularity on niche circles in the internet, and I'd never been to a recording studio. So it was like my whole career has just been trial by fire, throw me in the deep end, and I mean, I'm still here, like alive. So yeah.
But what a fucking start! Like, how many people are like, oh, my first studio experience was with Uber producer John Feldman and Pete Wentz. Like,
yes. and like my first ever tour I ever did was opening for Thrice and La Dispute. Yeah, and it's like, but it's weird because it's obviously not, it's not an industry plant thing because I was in local bands. I had 5-6 projects my entire life, for 12 years and nothing ever happened. And then I started Nothing Nowhere, and then the internet just took to it. And I was like, finally, like something's going on, So it was cool, man. It was a crazy time. It's just weird. It's 10 years later now. And something. I'm doing something. I don't know. Yeah. We're doing something.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting to watch how this is growing as well, because I feel like a lot of people navigated towards you because it was a mixture of different styles, right? Like especially kind of like emo inspiration, but there's a little bit of rap. There's things you're doing with the guitar that wasn't just chords. They're kind of like playing or just like riffs. There's kind of like those kind of different note features and things after another. Like it must be nice to see with a 10-year anniversary kind of thing like that, to step back and be like, oh, well, it's actually interesting to see where it's gone and come from and how people have reacted to that.
Yeah, because 10 years, you're not like a legacy act. You're kind of like a baby legacy act at that point. I'd say once you hit the 20 years, like friends in Silverstein and Census Fail, like they're doing the real, like they've been around. So it's like a weird. It's just like, hitting 10 years, I didn't know, like, because, music's kind of like our professional sports or whatever, or rugby in Wales, as I'm sure that's big, you kind of have your window. Your athletes have like maybe 5 years, 10 if you're super lucky. So you just don't really know what to expect, man. And it was really validating this past tour that we just got off of, just seeing these rooms filled out. And it's just kind of a testament to like, I never had a big like mainstream hit. I never broke through that ceiling, but all it really takes is just like a real cult following who really supports what you do. And you can have like a real career in music. And that's like, I think that's just like such a cool thing. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I saw something online a couple of years ago that was like, if you've got 1,000 dedicated fans who will all, buy merch every time you post merch or CDs, music or whatever, that can, launch you and like help you. You would live, very tightly off that, but it's only 1,000 people who are dedicated, and that's enough. You don't need 1 million people who don't really, who come in and out. It's not as great for you as 1,000.
Yeah,
devoted.
for sure. No, that's so real. I think people like, it's motivating for people too, especially if you're just starting out as an artist. Yeah, dude, like if what you're saying resonates to people and they care deeply about it, like it will work out. And that's kind of just the nice little family of like the Nothing Nowhere fandom's kind of been. So it's been cool. Yeah.
Have you noticed anything in particular that people really gravitated towards within the music, or just kind of within how you present yourself with that cult following?
Yeah, well, it's pretty depressing. So like, but now, like just that honesty, I think when I started Nothing Nowhere, I don't know, I wasn't, I think we're at Warped Tour, like so many bands here talk about mental health, talk about, not wanting to be here, like just real stuff. And, outside of alternative music spaces, people aren't willing to really talk about that. People aren't going to their jobs or not, talking to their buddies about like, hey man, like I'm really struggling right now mentally. And I think when you have really vulnerable lyrics like that, people, they gravitate towards it. And I was the same kid growing up. I listened to those bands that, like they had really depressing lyrics, but it meant a lot to me because it made me feel like I wasn't the only one. I wasn't like an alien or something. It's like, it's just life. So yeah, man, I think it's all about like what you're talking about. So yeah.
And I'm seeing a lot of people are really digging the LØLØ emo features you've been doing now on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. I'm sure that's been quite fun, like looking at different people's songs and trying to like restructure it and see if it would actually work and like that kind of style.
Yeah, no, it was just a random idea that I had, and I was not expecting it to blow up the way that it did. Even now, I just, like right before this, I was caught up at my artist signing at my tent for a while, and I'd met so many people there who were like, hey, like, I just know you from LØLØ and Emo. I didn't know that you made like music.
Really?
What? It was so many people, yeah. And they were like, dude, but we checked out your set. It was awesome. And I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
It's almost like, the other day, shout out to Pierre from Simple Plan, but I had never actually met him. And when I was at the DC Warped Tour, I was backstage, and Pierre just looks at me and he points at me and he goes, LØLØ and Emo. And I was like, dude, I was like, I don't know what LØLØ and Emo's doing for my career, but I know people know about me now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's been a trip, man. That's amazing. Yeah, it's been a trip.
Amazing. I love the fact that Pierre Simple Plan finds you from that.
Yeah. He just commented on the last one too. It's like it's like, dude, we're rolling now. And it's not him. I'm not reinventing the wheel. Like Punk Goes Pop has been around for years. It's just like a one-man band, like my own take on it, So it's been
You should
fun.
go back to Pierre with the guys from the Scooby-Doo theme.
The Scooby-Doo theme.
The guy did the Scooby-Doo theme.
Yeah, that's
Not
the
Simple
Scooby-Doo
Plan.
theme. It's so funny. Yeah.
And as you said, you've got a big UK and European tour hitting up in a few months. I'm sure that's cool to look at and look forward to, and just see like the different territories and how people react to that as well.
Yeah, and I will say, like, it's kind of no competition. Whenever I go overseas, I go to UK and EU, like, those shows are always the craziest I've ever played. I don't know what it is. I'm sure you guys hear it all the time, but I just think that people over there, they're feral for music. And, like, every show is just a banger. And, I love getting a vegan sausage roll at Greg's.
The best sausage roll.
And then we're going to be over there when I think they do, like, what is it called? Like the festive roast?
Festive bake.
The festive bake. Yeah. Oh, my God. So
Are
good.
they doing a vegan one of them yet? I think.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
They did a vegan steak bake for a while, and that was my favorite steak bake of all time. But it stopped
I love, and I don't know, I know maybe this is divisive or whatever, but I love spoons. I love Weatherspoons. It's just like cheap whatever. And I love just the fast food over there. I love how we veered from talking about the shows to talking about the food.
That's this podcast all over. Off we go.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man, because you actually have vegan options like McDonald's and Burger King have vegan options over there, which in the US they do not. So I definitely gain weight when I go over there, and I don't mind because it's awesome. But the shows are what's worth it. The fans are what's worth it.
I think that's a lot to do with because you're so far away. Like if you toured all of the time in the UK, like they appreciate it more because it's rare that they see you. So when they see you, it's like, holy fucking shit, he's here.
Yeah, I'm not always hopping on a plane to go over there.
Yeah.
So, I'm stoked. Yeah,
Nice.
we're bringing our friends in Sachi 6 over, and they just opened for us on the US tour. So it's gonna be a blast.
That's
nice. It's gonna be a blast.
Well, look forward to that, and we'll have to make sure we get you a steak bake ready for them.
All of Greg's vegan options.
Yeah.
We'll have to come to a show and just be like, haha,
That's it. We'll
a
do
buffet.
We'll do a podcast where you just review all the vegan
there you
Greg
go.
stuff. There we are. We'll do that.
Worst podcast ever.
It's I love it over there, man. And we're gonna be over there for the Christmas markets too. So
Nice.
you can't beat it.
Yes.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, well, thank you so much for taking the time. Very, very nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for enjoying the sunshine with us, and hopefully we can do one of these, a proper one, when you're back in the UK.
I would love to. I'm there.
Yes.
Hell
Cheers,
yeah.
man.
Nice
Thanks so
one.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
brother. Sappenin. Yeah. So joining us right now is Matt Cutshall of Emo's Not Dead fame. How are you?
Bro, I'm good, man. I got a tequila and then a beer backup.
Nice.
I just wrapped my work day at Warped. I'm feeling good, bro.
Nice.
Good, man.
I'm feeling really good. How you guys doing?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Thank you very much for helping us get out here.
Yeah, very nice
It's
experience.
been fantastic. We've had a great time.
We've had a really fun time working with you guys. So thanks for
Thank
being
you.
a part of the E&D community as well.
No worries. We love it. We absolutely love it.
It's been really nice to meet like the rest of the team and just kind of bond, watch bands in the sun and stuff. But you've had extremely busy 2 days because you've been in full wig, living the full Might Delete Later lifestyle. How is it being kind of combating that, the heat, the fans, and just like wandering around an iconic festival like this?
I'll tell you what, man. Honestly, I enjoy it. When I get into character and I walk around, I feel a bit like Mickey Mouse at Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? It's the most recognizable me. So everyone rushes up and I got lines of people taking photos and it's really fun. I honestly love it very, very much. And that's the character that launched Emo's Not Dead. So I love the love and respect that I get from fans, but all day in the heat, bro, is brutal.
I don't know how you did it.
Because I'm doing meet and greets at the E&D tent and it is scorching hot. I'm lathered up in sunscreen, but hey, I'm managed, man. I can't complain. It's a fun time, and I always love it. I know some people are a little bit weird about meeting fans. I love meeting the fans because they're the people who are supporting me and keeping my dream alive. So I've always loved meeting fans.
Yeah,
nice.
There was a line of people to try and meet you at the hearse that you've got at the E&D tent, and we went to grab us some stuff. go and do an interview and come back, and there was even a bigger line. So I can only imagine,
it was non-stop. Yeah, it was growing every time we come back. We went, he might not get out till tomorrow.
I feel bad because we have to cut it off at a certain time. So I'll meet people for 2 hours, and then Gavin will come and cut the line off because it's very flattering. I'm very blessed, but it won't, at Warped Tour, a place like Warped Tour, it won't end. It'll keep going, and people are like, that's the emo guy. And then the line just keeps growing. So I'm blessed. I love it. But I'm proud to be sitting on this couch with a tequila with you guys.
Yeah,
this feels great.
Yeah. Well, we're taking it easy, but with all that, you've invaded not one but 2 stages with 2 of your favorite bands. Please tell us the stories behind this.
Okay, so I crashed the stage with Hawthorne Heights today, and I also crashed the stage yesterday, and then today with Red Jumpsuit. So Hawthorne Heights had no idea. I was side stage watching them, and then their management goes, "Are you going to go sing with them?" And I go, "I don't know. Can I?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Should JT or the guys know?"
Someone know.
And he's like, "No, they won't care." I was like, "All right." So I literally just run out during Ohio is for Lovers. I run out there and just grab the mic and sing very well, might I add, because I watched the videos back and I'm like, with no in-ears, I think I crushed it. I did pretty damn good. So I just went out there. I totally crashed their set. And I tried to crowd surf, but the security guards had zero clue who I was, and they were yanking me down.
Uh-oh.
They kept just pulling me down. I was trying to crowd surf. But regardless, had a great moment with Hawthorne Heights. And then with Red Jumpsuit today, I ran into Ronnie just walking around. And he's like, "Are you coming to my set?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bro," "can I come do something on stage?" He goes, "Do whatever you want." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So I thought about doing like streaking. I thought about just going naked on his set. He said whatever I want. So I thought about streaking, but instead we just got a big E.N.D. flag and had a really big epic moment during Face Down. And I mean, dude, what a freaking song.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs as well. So being a part of that big moment with them was incredible. It was fun.
Yeah, that was probably a better idea to do it clothed.
Yeah, I think I didn't want to get arrested. So I kept my panties on.
You could have had Emo's Not Clothed, though. That could have been like a new brand.
Emo's Not Clothed.
That's your
I
OnlyFans.
like it.
Emo's Not Clothed.
Gavin, are you listening? Yeah, okay. Emo's Not Closed. My business partner Gavin's listening in. He heard Emo's Not Closed and he likes it. He's taking notes.
Oh, God. But what 2 iconic songs to crash and be a part of, though, right? Like those 2, Ohio's for Lovers and Face Down, were on every emo anthem playlist.
Every single one. Yeah. No, dude, whenever I do go on stage, I want it to be a moment from a song that I absolutely love, and those 2 are incredible songs. So I'm honestly honored. I'm very honored every time I'm on stage, and let's see, that's probably officially the biggest crowd that I've sang on a mic in front of.
Wow.
Yeah, with Hawthorne Heights.
Big one.
Yeah, it was very big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost passed out. Can you imagine? I just go up there to the mic and I just fall backwards. I have enough experience being an idiot where it doesn't bother me too much being on stage, but yeah that was a really fun moment.
Yeah,
that's great.
I just can't believe that none of the band knew. Like, anything could have happened with that reaction.
Nobody knew. They kind of looked and just smiled and were like, "All right, let's have some fun." It was great.
Like they did. They were checking. Like, is that definitely him? Like, is that it? Like, just under the eye, just under the fringe. Oh, it's Matt. Sorry, it's fine.
You're right. Anyone could do that.
Yeah.
Especially I was wearing my glasses and had my hair in my face with my black hoodie and black jeans. Anyone could look like me and get away with it. So that's probably why security pulled me down immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Fair play. Well, how is this festival experience being for you? Because you did DC as well and did the same thing. Obviously, Orlando coming up in a couple of months. But like, it must be really fun to take this character and actually put it in a real life setting and just kind of run around and do these crazy things. Yeah,
I mean, so listen, my band played Warped Tour I believe we did it for 4 years. I've been saying 3 years, but I'm almost pretty positive that my old band It Boys played Warped Tour for 4 years in a row. And we always played the Kevin Says stage. We didn't grow past that, but it was fun. And so it's really, really cool to be back and with a bigger presence. My dream back then was to be a recognized artist at Warped Tour, and as you guys can imagine, it's a grind and it's really hard. And so coming back and having fans this time is really, really cool to see. It's actually a dream come true. So I love being at Warped Tour. It's run very great. I think the nostalgia is there. They got great bands playing. I'm having a great time. I'm loving this.
Yeah. It's been wonderful. Yeah. It's been a hell of a weekend.
It has. It's been really, really lovely. And like, even though I am sunburned and
you are very sunburned.
I'm red. No.
Oh, I thought it was red.
No, I know what you're thinking. You think I was going for like a red superhero kind of vibe.
I thought you were like a Superman thing where you just put red on the face instead of the logo. I don't know.
No, I thought it was Incredible Hulk when he was red for that one episode of the comic, but no.
No, man.
Yeah.
This is a lot of Arrow Vera and Aftersung when we get back, I think.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Did you not put on sunscreen?
I know I did. I did. Well,
But it still got through.
It got through.
Yeah,
It got through.
We're so not used to having sunshine in Britain that even like a warm lamp could just burn us.
Just a lamp fries your skin. Let
Turn it off.
Let alone the Southern California heat just frying you guys. Damn. Well, hey, who have you guys seen since you've been here? Who have you already seen, and who have you been most excited to see?
Go on.
Got to see a bit of Goldfinger, saw a bit of Highway Revenge.
Let's stop on Goldfinger. Did you see the Tony Hawk moment?
Yeah.
Holy, you guys! For those listening, Tony Hawk came on stage and sang with Goldfinger, and that that's just a nostalgia explosion.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
That's PlayStation 2 all
That is
over.
PlayStation 2 all day. That was crazy. What a moment, man.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
It was good.
They were good.
All American Rejects.
Here I am,
All American
getting older all the time. Big set,
Yeah. Big set.
big crowd. I assume.
Hit
Yeah.
after hit.
Yeah.
It was-
Dude,
They have hits, dude.
Just when you think, you're like, oh, that's it now then. And then all of a sudden, oh, use 4 more. What the fuck? How?
Yeah, no, they keeps going.
Yeah.
Give me your honest feedback, because I've seen some videos. There's some controversy online about Tyson's voice live. And people are like, there was a whole, have you guys seen any of this at all?
No.
And he had a moment, and maybe it was like a window of just not singing the best live, not performing live, or not caring, right?
Yeah.
But then apparently he wanted to show everybody up and said, no, I can fucking do this. And he did
Watch
it and
this.
sounded great.
Yeah.
Did he sound great last
He
night?
sounded
Yeah,
good last
very
night.
good, yeah.
From
Okay.
living in watching it in the moment, it
Okay.
was really, really good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because we all know we all know he can do it.
You can do it.
But I think that I think he had moments of just being lazy, and it was like, I'm just gonna chill up here and let the crowd sing whatever. But
He says some weird things in between the songs, but
He's a weird guy.
He's a weird
That's
guy.
what he does. He's a
Hey,
weird
Ace,
guy.
he's a weird guy.
I love it. Hey, him just being up there is everything. So
Yeah.
that's freaking great.
Nice.
Day to Remember were good. Today I watched maybe my new favorite band, Barbarians of California.
Barbarians of California. Haven't heard of them.
It's Aaron from AWOL Nation. It's his hardcore band, punk hardcore band, and they are fucking fantastic.
Very
sick.
good.
I'll have to check them out.
They were really
Yeah.
good.
Oh, and Vic Fuentes and Pierce the Veil
Oh, yeah,
did
yeah, I was
a
talking-
surprise
yeah,
acoustic
so Vic-
set. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Vic Fuentes from Pierce the Veil yesterday.
Wait, where was Vic? What was he doing?
He played acoustically on the Unplugged stage
No shit.
as a secret set.
Oh shit.
Because
That's sick.
Because he's got a charity that he
Is
he
it
was
LTD
promoting.
Foundation?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I just did an interview with them this morning.
Nice.
Love those guys.
Yeah.
LTD Foundation, man, doing great work.
Yeah.
I just left an hour ago. I left the Boys Like Girls set, and they got cut off during The Great Escape.
What? Did you know if they started with the leather jackets on like they did on the cruise? Because that was
mental. That was
on the cruise. They started and played the first 4 songs all in leather jackets during the heat.
They did the whole set in leather jackets. But the drummer was practically nude. So yeah,
Balances out.
Guitars and
Balances out.
vocals were leather, and then drummer was naked.
Wow. Crazy guys. Crazy guys.
Some sort of superpower.
Matt, we know you've had a very, very busy couple of days, so we want you to enjoy your beer and take in the sound before it disappears.
Thank you, brother.
But again, thank you so much for everything and letting us be a part of the indie team and coming out and this experience. This is my first Warped Tour, my first time in LA.
No shit.
And it's been a really nice few days. So I really appreciate
Well,
it.
it's a pleasure to meet you guys. Thank you for everything you do.
Yeah.
No worries.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, boys. Until next time, keep ripping those podcasts. E&D loves to have you guys. So until we speak again.
What's happening?
Should we 3-way kiss right now?
I mean,
all right.
Oh, we're not doing open
Bro, that's a lot of tongue. Bro, what the fuck?
You're listening to Sappenin Podcast. Yes. Woohoo! That was our chats with the people we got to speak to at Warped Tour Long Beach 2025. I believe there is one more chat to come out of that we started off as a 10-minute quick one to go in here, that we ended up doing a full episode of meaningful, insightful, funny, and positive chats with somebody else. But that'll be coming in the future. But yes, how good was that? I enjoyed it very much. We had a great time when we were there. And thanks again to Warped Tour for giving us the access, even though nobody on site knew where the press tent was.
Yeah, it was fun just trying to discover where the media tent and everything was by itself. We had a lovely look around, but we got there in the end. And honestly, like, just the hospitality and the love and the care we received from just members of staffing around the festival and people in bands and just everyone in general was absolutely mind-blowing and loving to experience. That Saturday at Warped is probably one of my favorite days ever. Just walking around in the sunshine, getting to go in early and seeing it completely empty and then fill up. Even the little bits of like everyone waiting for the gates to open and a massive inflatable thing popping up with all the set times on there because they don't announce it beforehand. You literally find out the minute the festival starts. It was just so refreshing, so lovely. And like, it's mad to watch bands like All American Rejects or Mod Sun or Goldfinger or whatever and have in the background these giant buildings, or like you turn to your left and there's like a river. Like that bit where we were watching Barbarians of California, there's a beach behind us. I had to do a video where I was like looking at the beach, turning around, and then Sean's watching Barbarians. It's just insane. And there was a lot of like full circle moments. Obviously I dressed in checkered as well. I matched with pillows, so you can see a lot of that in the photos we'll be posting at SappeninPod on our Instagram in the next couple of days. But yeah, massive thank you to the team at Warped. Massive thank you to all the bands who are treating us so well. And massive thank you to Emo's Not Dead for taking us out, putting us up with the rest of the team and just having a lovely time in Los Angeles.
Yes, it was great to meet the team and hang out. And yeah, the first night barbecue was very helpful in everybody getting to know each other. So that was very, very nice. Thank you very much for the sausages, which is posh for sausages.
Woo! The one thing I am gutted about, though, is we were told in all the chaos, we missed 3 people at Warp that would have been nice to meet, including Tony Hawk, Demi Lovato, and Travis Barker. And if that's not the weirdest dinner party, I don't know what is.
I'd like to go to that. That would be all right, actually. Yeah, I didn't see Tony Hawk about. But Travis Barker did play with a band called Paradox, and they covered Rock Show as well. So that was interesting to see. I saw it after the fact. I missed it there. But yeah, what an intense couple of days there. If I do it again, I'd probably like to go out a day earlier, maybe just to fight the jet lag, because Saturday evening my eyes were burning around 7 p.m. out there, and then Sunday I waited behind with the Emo's Not Dead crew for them to pack up the merch and then head back. So I didn't get home till like midnight or whatever, and I was ruined. But overall, an amazing experience. I recommend it to everyone. Like I recommend the Emo's Not Dead cruise to anybody who could go next year. It's fucking brilliant.
Where you actually recommended the cruise to someone at the merch stand at Warp, and then they instantly bought a cabin.
Well, I don't know if they instantly bought. They said, "Oh, well, that's it. You've sold me on it now." But whether they instantly bought one, I don't know. But if they did, you're welcome, everyone. But yeah, we had a wonderful time.
Yes, and hopefully it includes more trips in the future with somewhere. But if you want to look at your own E.N.D merch or the lineup for the Emo's Not Dead Cruise 2026, please head over to emosnotdead.com. You can use the code SAPPENIN20 to get 20% off all the garments you want. There's coffee over there we suggest you try as well, because Sean is literally addicted to it. And Cutshall was telling us after that lovely chat that Your Broken Hero has got some really exciting things coming up in those distant future, as well as more for the E&D brand. So it's just lovely to be a little bit of a part of that as well. Head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Sappenin to keep this thing running and working and in your ear holes every single Friday. If you head to the description of this and every episode, there's loads of names there that we thank. But as always, Sean's going to give a massive shout out to the elite members, those are people in the top tiers that we love very, 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 very bloody much. We do.
Very Welsh then, but thank you very much. Kylie Wheeler, Paul Hirschfield, Scarlett Charlton, Mitch Perry, Tony Michael, Nathan Croshaw, Johanna, Dilly Califragilistic XPL Grimwood, Jonathan Gutierrez, Molly Malloy and James Bowbank, Amy Louise, Kat Besant, Ian Gent, Amy Hogg, Chris Howard, Janelle Caston, Jenny Robertson, Amy Dawson, Scott Jones, Mayumi, Stuart McNaught, Ellen Southfield, John and Emma, Jennifer Dean, Caroline Robinson, Jenny Munster, Craig Harris, Louis Cook, Carl Pendlebury, sorry about the cough, James McNaught, Jason Heredia, Martina McManus, Danny Eaton, Span, Thomas O'Neill, Ollie Amesbury, Dan Peregrine, Emily Perry, Adam King of the Goths Parslow, Kalila Keane, Josh Crisp, Lambda Lee Martin, Laura Russell, Sophia Juravska, Fraser Cummins, Kyle King of the Cloth Smiths, and Connor Lewins. Thank you very much to all of those people and anyone who's ever been part of our Patreon. We literally couldn't do it without you guys. You guys keep us afloat. Thank you. We love you. You're the best.
Even if they try and start mutinies when we're away on a trip, it happens all the time, but you never know. Yep. You could get involved and be the new ringleader of the gang while we're away next time, maybe.
You could be the captain now.
Oh, what a weekend. I'm fucking knackered. As soon as I edit all this, I'm going to sleep for a week, I reckon. How about you?
I slept for 13 hours when I got home.
Oh.
Straight, hard sleep. And that hasn't happened for quite some time. But yeah, so yeah, I forgot to mention the days at Warped Tour, we were getting up at 5:30 to get ready to leave for 6:30 every morning and then being back at like 11 and 12. It was like a full day of standing about, like, great though, unbelievable experience. I've just realised that sounded like I loved it. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you very much. It was fucking great, as you've just seen, as you've just heard. I'm losing my mind. Sorry. Thank you.
Sappenin!
Stop me, quick, for fuck's sake. You're listening to Sappenin Podcast with Sean Smith and Morgan Richards. Thank you very much for downloading this podcast or streaming it, or I don't know what else you do with podcasts. Thank you very much.